So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on
Hochanda.
Hochanda.
Good morning. Welcome to Make It with Joe. And our lovely Joe is on Skype this morning because, well, I had a little problem with an exhaust pipe, that's all I'm going to say. But I'm so pleased that, bless him, he's hot-footed at home and he's ready here to Skype with us this morning and present the show with me. So I'm going to say a massive good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Fiona. Yes, I'm so sorry I can't be there. We haven't seen each other for a while, but it's been a hectic morning.
Oh.
I'm dry now.
Oh,
but
bless you.
yeah, pouring rain and an exhaust on the floor. It's been interesting.
I just
this morning.
Oh, bless you.
Good
I just appreciate the fact that you've managed to just make it back to the homestead and you're able to Skype with me, darling. So thank you so much.
Definitely, and it's great to see you as well, Fiona. Looking lovely there, and luckily we've got lots of lovely products as well to show you. So fingers crossed. I think I possibly might be waking my kids up now, but I'll be as quiet as I can.
Well, yeah, I know 8 o'clock you'll be up ready for the homeschooling. So we'll crack on then with you, Joe, while we've got this lovely hour. Now, this is a fantastic variety stash box, and it is packed full of fabrics and much more. Is exactly what it says on the screen. Joe, I was so impressed with this. We've got all sorts of different textured material, different colours. You've got some that are already pre-cut. I mean, just let me open up one. You've got different sort of fabric. What's the word I'm looking for? Weights and hefts and sort of heavy cotton, light cotton, poly cotton. We've got all sorts of, we've got ephemera as well, felt, some gems there. All sorts. We've got buttons. We've got some gorgeous embroidery threads. We've got a roll of Make It Joe fuser web, and we've got one of your lovely frames as well. I mean, it is jam-packed full of goodies. It's beautiful. What's the idea? Because I know contents will vary, but basically it's the surprise and the fun of opening up this smorgasbord of loveliness, isn't it? What's the idea behind it, Joe?
Well, the idea very much. I mean, the boxes were built up. I've said this before, where as a child growing up with craft and sewing, and now with my daughter as well, was you go to a little fair or a car boot sale and you buy that button tin that you want to save it to your home to see the surprise in there. And I know we can't get out much at the moment, so I just wanted to create another little box that is a little bit special, that you know when it comes home, you open it up, you don't know exactly what you're going to get, but in there is jam-packed full of goodies. Different bits and pieces, small, large, different weights and buttons, some fuser web, a little frame, something that just gives that inspiration of craft. So while we're at home and we're enjoying doing our craft, there's a box full of goodies for everybody.
I absolutely love it, and it comes in this lovely packaging as well. So, you know, there's loads in there to turn to. Like you said, a little surprise. I mean, I've just found this. How gorgeous is this? You just don't know what you're going to get, other than Joe will have literally packed it full of a beautiful variety of goodies there. And, you know, to sort of try to collect that collection, it would take some time. Fabulous, fabulous. I absolutely love it. I mean, just as I'm delving in here and having a little look. And what was the word I was looking for, Joe? Different sort of, we've kind of got heavy cotton and polycotton and linen and...
Yeah, get different weights in there. You'll get 100 cotton, a heavier weight cotton. There's lightweight cottons, polycottons. You'll find all sorts of bits in there for a variety of projects. What hopefully I'll try and show as well is in demo what we can use little pieces for as well. Different projects, whether you can see here by the side of me, I've got my little friend, is a beautiful little man with bits of fabrics in there that when Lily, we finish it off and we stick a bit of fabric on there. There's so much we can do with smaller bits as well as the larger pieces as well.
Absolutely, and I know you've got some boxes there, so we'll see some of the varieties we're going to get. There's organza and there's all sorts, Hessian, all sorts. Yeah, even if you're doing your paper patching, your English paper piecing, I should say, or mixed media, it's just great fun. You could get one for the kids, like you said, get them involved, because we're all now that we know we've got another 5-6 weeks of homeschooling, Joe, don't worry, I'll put a Baileys in the coffee this morning to get me through it. We're all right.
Yeah.
126261, Joe will be going through one of his and inspiring us as well, because we've only got this hour this morning with Joe, but we've also got a variety fabric box. Now, I've got 3 different choices here this morning. I've got feathers and fur, so there's our beautiful little Scotty dog there, and our lovely owls, hence the feathers and the fur. We've got that lovely polka dot and that beautiful ice white, lovely red organza, the Hessian, and some beautiful cream, well, I think it's cotton, but Joe will correct me if I'm wrong. And then, yes. Is that right, darling, is it?
Cotton lining there for you, Fiona, as well.
Fabulous. And in terms of material size, what are the sizes on this, Joe?
Normally all your fat quarters in there, so you get a good sized piece. So if you open that top with that lovely Scotty dogs there, Fiona, you'll see this size that you're getting. Oh, and wow. There again, those bundles of inspiration that I put together, and this is for me what I enjoy doing, is finding fabrics, putting them together, and hopefully that people enjoy to have a little play with these as well. But I think it's got to be one of my favourites, that little Scotty dog there. But that feathers and fur bundle is just so lovely with the reds running through as well. Just a nice collection.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I love the materials are such fun. They really made me smile this morning. So this is our feathers and fur choice. Then we've got playroom. So you've got this fabulous bright green polka dot here, which ties in with the beautiful numbers and the alphabet there, your ABCs. And look at these. These are just gorgeous. Look at those, all the trains and the...
My one favourite out of all the bundles, that piece of fabric. I love it.
Trucks and engines and cars and ambulances. Brilliant. Just such fun. Again, lovely green organza. These are all your fat quarters, as Joe explained. You've got your cream lining there. Beautiful. So that one is called your playroom. And last but not least, we've got our wings, because this is the one that really made me laugh. And I'm laughing again as I look at it. I don't know why, but it really made me giggle. It's the kind of drawing your kids draw, isn't it, of a dinosaur?
Yeah, no, definitely, Fiona. For me, that's what about, and the fun bundles there for that very reason, that they put a smile on your face, little bit of fun, little bit of magic when we're crafting at home that just brightens our day. And the lovely bees there, they're fun.
Oh, she's having a great time. This is brilliant. These are so fabulous, Joe. They're fantastic. And then you've got the blue polka dot. All these are in your fat quarters as well, which again, great for your cushions or your little reading cushions. I love that one there where you slot your book in your cushion and what have you. We've got that lovely lights. Oh, that's kind of got a two-tone on it, actually. I can see. Yeah, can you see that at home? Beautiful, your Hessian and your lining. Choose any of these colourways there, $12.99. Fabulous, fabulous price point when I think of all those fat quarters in there, 289046. Now, Joe, I know because you couldn't make it in, you've got some other products on the show, so I'll let you talk through them and we'll get the figures and the dots up here on screen, darling.
Yeah, that's lovely. So obviously I can't be without a show with my lovely little bundles. So we've got the Fuser Web and the Calico bundle. So the little rolls here, and these are great. So you get a little instruction sheet with your Fuser Web. Okay, it gives you a little bit of explanation about what it is. And obviously people know me for Mr. Fuser Web. You've got it on a roll. I've always got a roll with me because it is one of those that I can just pull a piece off, cut what I need off, and it's back on my roll ready to use. So it is important that we put these on the roll for you. And the same with the calico. It's 100% cotton calico. Okay, so it's got that natural fibre with it. You can probably see here in the film that I've got my little printer here, so I might try and use some of this within the demo. But I print on it, paint on it, stitch on it. It's great because you've got 1.5 meters of calico there. There's a lot on there for all those mini projects. And as a little bundle, these are those essentials that we'll always use every day in my craft and hopefully your craft. And obviously with the little instruction sheet there, you can't really go wrong. So they're a great staple to have, those ones.
I'll just recap those details, Joe, very briefly. Did you say 1.5 meters of each of those, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of your rolls there, so there's a good amount there. There's lots to use for all your projects. And being on the roll as well, Fiona, is perfect. I love it.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. 1199 812514. On to your next one then, Joe.
Yeah, so this is something that I've used. We use this a lot, and I've been using this again at home with my daughter Lily this week because she's been doing a lot of artwork and she's been using these frames. This is the framing pack. I absolutely love it. So you get in your pack, you get a little rectangle frame, okay, an MDF frame. Good. The beauty of these that we can decorate as we want to, whether we paint them, collage them, we can do all sorts with them. And I will try and show that in demo. You get a double frame there as well. So it's got the 2 squares in there. So great for little pictures. I will show, there's one here I've done previously. Okay, look at this.
Oh.
You've got those little butterflies that I put little fabric butterflies inside there just to give you a finish, and I've painted it white. So it's a really nice little frame to use. And then not only that, in there you'll find as well, you've got 4 little cardboard frames. So you've got 2 rectangles, a little square and a little circle frame there as well. And these are great because they're little for those collaging, mixed media. Everyone knows me, I'm a massive fan to mix fabrics and card together. You know, this is great. So we can do all sorts of little makes with these. Really, really fun little element to use. Obviously, you will get one in your box as well.
Ooh.
But if you need you'll get so many makes out of these. It's great, and it really is. Like I say, we've been using them this week. Lily's been doing artwork, and she's been really creative with them as well. So we can go to town with them. Love these.
Fantastic. Thank you, Joe. $9.99. Loads of those gorgeous elements there. And I love the fact that we've got one in our lovely sort of mystery pack, as it were. $9.99, 860 Right. Fabulous. Well, let's go to Joe. We'll have a demo. Joe, so I've got a question to ask. If you have any ideas, I'll give you the next 50 minutes. Shay's project today was to go and collect some sticks and make a spaceman. So if you can steer me in any direction, I'd be very grateful.
Maybe some tin foil to go with the sticks as well. And then, yeah, tin foil, spaceman, that'd be good. That would be the perfect project for Lily because she is space mad. So she's crazy. I like it. I like it. So I've got a box here, Fiona. I'm going to grab a few bits out of it. What you will find in all your boxes that you will obviously get a little bit of fuser web in there. So if you haven't used it, you can have a little experiment with there. You will get a frame as well. Okay, it could be a square, it could be a rectangle, it could be a random size, but you will get a frame in there. So you know you're always going to get those pieces. And in there, the little bag of goodies. I won't say the word because you said it about the little
ephemera.
Ephemera. That's
ephemera.
It's too early for that, and I've been in the rain with an exhaust, Fiona. But in there, you've got lots of little bits and pieces. And as a family, we've loved putting these together as well. It's not just my effort. I have to thank my mum and obviously my daughter Lily because we've enjoyed making all these little bits and pieces that we're going to use in there. But I've seen straight away in my box a little bit of fabric here with balloons on. I absolutely love that. So, go. There's some walls in there as well, so I'm going to use those, and some buttons. There's so much in there. Like I say, it's just that surprise variety. I've got one of the frames here, okay? So a little rectangle frame that I've already painted white, okay? So we're going to use that, I think, and I'm going to literally get some of my fuser web from the roll here. So I've got my lovely fuser web. I'm going to put a little protection on my table, so we're going to use this here. Okay, and turn my iron on. Make sure your iron's nice and warm. What I'm going to do, grab myself a pen, where I've got my frame. With the fuser web, you'll find you've got a paper side and you've got a glue side. So I'm literally just going to draw around my actual frame itself so I can cut it to size. Okay, there we go. So it's the back of my actual frame. I'm also going to draw the inside of the frame. So the actual inside of the frame. So I've got a guideline of what my inside measurements of my picture are. Okay, there we go. Going to get some. A lot of people say to me, I've actually got paper scissors today. Although the fuser web, I can use my my lovely fabric scissors because it doesn't hurt them. I have got paper scissors today, so I will just snip that off there. There we go. I'm going to pop my fuser web on there because I always use that. So I'm going to cut the size out. So you can see straight away there that I've actually made my frame of fuser web there. So I'm going to cut on the outside. Okay, really simple. Just cutting around that guideline that I've drawn on the actual fuser web. So there we go. And go all the way around again. You will find with the fuser web, obviously, you'll see the glue side. So the glue side, you know, you can see it's like a Gore-Tex on there. So don't be worried. You will easily find which is the glue side and which is the paper side. Okay, so we've got our little frame in the middle as well. So I've got my picture frame itself, and I've got this lovely bit of fabric from my box here. So there's lovely little balloons there as well. I absolutely love that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece of this balloons to go in the middle. So I'm going to cut that a little bit smaller so I can have a little play with it. And I think the key with these frames and with anything that you're doing, whether it's mixed media, is just playing around with it and looking at it. And like straight away there, I'm going to hold that up. Okay, and I'm just going to put that lovely fabric in the middle of that frame. And all of a sudden, you've created a little picture, okay, instantly. So we haven't used anything else. I mean, I'm going to expand on this and do stuff with this. Okay, nice and simple there. So I'm cutting my fabric to approximately the size of the internal box that I've drawn, so the inside of our actual frame. There we go, do that side now. So I need to leave at least 1 centimetre of fuser web round the outside. We'll see why shortly. Okay, here we go. Like that. So I've got some of the wool here. I've got some buttons. Okay, I've got a little glue gun here actually, because of timings. We can sew some buttons on here, I think. So I'm going to grab some thread on the fabric. I've got little buttons. So where the little balloons are, I'm going to really quickly sew a little button on there, just to give a little bit of texture and variety. This is about using all those little components, all those little elements that are inside that box. He says, there we go. Sewing this early in the morning. My hands probably still got oil on them, but we'll give it a go. So those little buttons in there that we'll do, and it is a variety of buttons. We're a massive fan in my family, especially my mum. She's a button fanatic. So we've got a lot of buttons kicking around. So I'm just going to tie that off. There we go. One more in the back there. Perfect. So we want to slip that off. So one of my little balloons on my little fabric, I put a lovely little button on there. And I'm going to get some of the little wool that's in there as well. You might get yarn, wool, there's all sorts that are going in there. A little bit of the pink one, I think. Okay. Now we've got our little glue gun. Let's see if it's warm. So what I'm going to do is just pick out a little bit of detail. And what we will do after the show, we will share a little picture of this as well so people can see a little bit closer. So I've got a little bit of wool there, just a tiny little snip in. I'm going to put some hot glue on one of the balloons, one of the details on there, and we're literally just going to wind around some of the wool around the actual balloon itself, just to give that a little bit of texture. Okay, like so. There we go. It just gives a little bit of depth to the picture as well, so it has that little bit more glue in there. There we go. If it's hot enough, there we go. And I'll finish some of these later and I can show you a picture of this. There we go. Just going to snip that off. So what we're doing is creating a little bit of texture, a little bit of fun on the actual picture itself. Okay, we'll move that to one side. I've now got my little iron. Okay, we've got our fuser web. So this is where we've got to make sure that we're only ironing onto the actual glue side, not the paper side, because it will not stick. So I'm popping that piece of fabric in the middle. Okay, like that. And I'm literally just going to iron on the top, so it just keeps it together for a second. It doesn't need a lot of heat on this one. There we go. So that is my fabric in the middle of the fuser web. I've now got my lovely little frame. So I'm going to put my frame face down. And obviously, if you remember at the start, we drew it around the frame itself. So I'm going to pop that on the back of the frame. And this just shows the capability of the fuser web. We're going to then iron that fuser web to the back of the actual wood. Okay, so instantly we've got that fabric art in there. And we've got our fuser web bonded on. Perfect, ready to go. There we go. And then instantly there, within seconds, I've got my lovely little picture with the little balloons there, little buttons, and I'm going to do more of those little buttons and little bits of wool on there. and a really, really nice little picture, little gift to go.
Oh, Joe, that's brilliant. I've never seen the Fuser web used like that. Absolutely brilliant. Please don't think I'm not listening. I'm keeping quiet because every time I speak, it interrupts your transmission, Joe. So if I'm gone silent, I am listening. I'm just not doing lots of nods and agreeing. A quarter of the stash box has gone, $19.99. Now, this is the frame Joe was talking about. You're definitely going to get one of those. You are going to get a beautiful bag of buttons in there as well. You are going to get, as Joe said, you know, it could be yarn, it could be wool, it could be embroidery thread. You're going to get a big bag of ephemera. I've got felt in here. I've got little cards. I've got foam. I've got almost like toweling frames, a little rosette, little jewels, ribbons, some more threads, some handmade paper. It's just a lovely smorgasbord of loveliness there. Then we've got a real mix of fabrics, some already pre-cut, some beautiful, interesting patterns on, a mix of poly cottons, hessian, we could have organza, we could have cotton, different lengths and sizes. I mean, look at this big yellow piece here. I mean, that's the fat quarter. So I've discovered a fat quarter in there. We'll get strips, we'll get all those little bits sometimes that we get left over from projects, but maybe we haven't been doing the projects, so we haven't got that much left over. Some real heavyweight cottons as well. This is beautiful. I discovered I've got balloons in there as well, look like Joe. So I could do the project Joe just said, because we're all definitely going to get a frame. Some really pretty heavier fabrics in there as well. Like gorgeous. So even if you're doing your English paper piece in, or you just want to get the kids involved, or you just like having that extra little stash, sometimes you're mixed media as well, or sometimes we just need that. Oh, look at that for the lining as well. Big piece of lining there. We could have gorgeous. Again, look at this, another fat quarter. There's loads. I mean, I haven't even opened up half the material here on the table. 30% has gone, and the joy of it is, it all comes in this beautiful package box. You could actually send that to someone to cheer them up, couldn't you? If you know they're a mixed media artist or a young person, you're just thinking, oh, you know, my daughter, she sort of lost the will. I know my son's finding it hard at the moment because we're all just struggling a little bit in terms of motivation, aren't we? So just cheer up somebody's day, send it to them, or, you know, you open it up and it's all the surprise of the fun of the fair of what's inside. Look, here's another fat quarter. The size of this, yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, there's your cushion, and I've got a backing here, so I'm sure this is another fat quarter. Just who knows what you're going to get? Yeah, there we go. There's my backing. Fantastic, and I can sew some funky buttons on there as well. Absolutely brilliant. $19.99, 126261. Yeah, just brilliant. I'm going to mention the fabric choices, and we will go back to see Joe. Oh, I've messed all that up. I'll come back to that in a minute. 3 different options. We've got feathers and fur. Your Scotty dogs are in the lead, Joe. Now, these are all fat quarters, and you are getting the lovely cotton lining there. You've got that hessian, you've got the organza, you've got the red spot on the white, and then you've got your gorgeous Scotty dogs in this one. That's your fur element. But we've also got the feathers. Look at these guys. Oh, I love them. Beautiful. This one's in the lead, actually, $12.99 to $289046. Then we've got Playroom. Yeah. So we've got all those lovely cars, and this is brilliant because see this, the green spot picks it out as well. Beautiful. And then you've got the ABC and the 1, 2, 3 as well. Just fun fabric, cheery fabric. Maybe you're making a little project for the Playroom, or you want to get them involved with their sewing. Got the organza, and it's lovely to have all these different textures there. So the hessian, that's the size strip we'll get with the hessian, is it, Joe?
Yes, so a little bit smaller on the hessian, but it's great just so we can mix in those mixed media products. Yeah. Backing and things. Yeah, lovely with the bands when you're doing your mixed media and your journaling. Just have a band of that, or on your cards as well. And everything else is your fat quarter. And then our last option. See, I'm giggling again. I'm giggling again as I look at the dinosaurs. They just really make me happy. Our bees, and these are the wings, and our dinosaurs taking flight there. They're just hilarious. And then you've got the beautiful blue spot, that organza with that two-tone. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. And $12.99. So, you know, you've got the smaller strip there of sort of half a fat quarter almost, and then the fat quarters there, the other fabrics there for $12.99, 289046. Joe's got 1.5 meters. You get each of the Fuser web on the roll and the calico, 100% calico there. That's a bundle there, so you get 1.5 meters of each. $11.99, 812514. Joe's got that in the studio, so we've got that on a still for you now. And
We've also got the crafting frames pack that Joe was just using one element of with a balloon. There we go. You are getting all of those beautiful frames. $9.99, 860220. And those 4 little ones, I believe, are self-adhesive as well. Again, great for your mixed media, which I know a lot of our crafters are into. 860220. Right, let's go back to Joe and take advantage of the rest of the hour with him.
Hi, back to me at home. I have to say as well, people will notice that I finally got my clock working, so the hand's broken. So it is actually, well, I hope the right time. So
yes, it is.
But just the Fuser Web and the Calico Bundle. It is obviously my #1 favourite. I use it all the time. I have put a little bit of the Fuser Web. So if you haven't used it before and you are buying one of the boxes, so it is in one of the boxes as well. Just give you a little taster. But what I've done, I've emptied out my little bag of goodies from the box here, and it is just a little scatter of bits and pieces on my desk. And this is the key. It's something that years ago I used to do a lot with my mum, scrapbooking and things like that. And a couple of years ago, a good friend of mine, Tilly Rose Vintage, she does a lot of collaging, and it really inspired my mum and myself to get back into it. And obviously now Lily as well, where we use our fabrics and our papers and all sorts of things just to create that sort of picture and that image. So that's why in our little boxes you will get that lovely little bag of goodies, of all sorts of bits of paper. You know, there's a stamp in this one, there's all sorts in there. It's just that inspiration that we could actually just scatter on the desk and have a little bit of play with it. So I've started with this one here, and I've just emptied lots of different bits out, and inside I did find earlier actually a lovely little bit of orange card. So I'm going to use that as my base. I'm just going to fold this card over just so we can see. And I will say that a lot of people know me for one thing, not just Fuserware, Fiona, but the purple box. So the purple box giveaway will be on. So any purchase within the hour, there's 4 of these little boxes, and the contents, you all feel the weight.
Ooh.
A big old, lots of goodies in there. So if you do make a purchase within the hour, okay, there's 4 of these will be randomly chosen on my Facebook, hopefully later, and I will put the goodies in there. So each one will get something that I've made from the show as well.
That's amazing, Joe. Thank you. How do we find you on Facebook?
So it's Make It Joe on Facebook. You will find me there. Probably a lot of randomness as well. So I like to post different things on there, but enjoy. So I've got my lovely card. I've got my little bits and pieces that I'm going to make a little collage with, just to build up some layers in there. Okay, whether we use a little glue stick on there just to bring them in, or if we use our glue stick, we've got a glue stick here. So I am going to stick some of these on. And what we're going to do is going to use that Fuser Web as well and that calico in amongst it to help create this little image. So I'm just going to stick a few bits on really quickly, and then I'm going to hold it up. Okay, there's no right or wrong way with this type of craft. It is just about that inspiration and having fun with it. So I'm going to pop a few bits on there. Okay, lovely little bit of paper there as well. So just to quickly show you what we can create with all the bits and pieces that are in there. I'm going to pop that at a bit of an angle. We've got a lovely little bit of paper there, a little bit of green paper that I've just ripped the edges to give it a little bit of depth as well. Okay, and we can mix in the fabrics with our paper, with our card, with our little bits and pieces, with our buttons. You know, I love the fact that we can do that. There we go, it's looking good. Got a little bit of fabric there. I'm just going to dab that in just to show you. Okay, on there. Got some of the blue. I love the balloons that we used in that little demo. So what I'm going to do, okay, very simply, got a very small piece of the balloons left over there. I've got a little bit of Fuser Web that I'm going to cut to a strip. There we go. My iron should be nice and warm still. I'm going to pop that little bit of Fuser Web on top of the fabric. So it's paper side up. We must make sure it's paper side up. And we're literally going to iron that on. You will start to see the Gore-Tex of the glue come out. Okay, and then I'm going to have a little look at where I'm going to put it, what size I want. So I want a little bit smaller. I'm going to cut that a little bit smaller. Just a little bit of shape in there. There we go. And then we're going to pull the backing off. So you know when it's stuck that the backing comes off as a little bit of paper, little fiddly bit here. There we go. Crunchy little bit of paper. You then know that it is stuck properly. I'm going to pop that on top there. And obviously it's creating up some layers. I'm just going to get my little iron. And we're going to iron the fabric on. What I find using Fuser Web with the fabric, what it does, you get no glue coming through the fabric, no creases, no wetness. It's an instant bond there as well. It's just showing you the different layers that we can do on there. I'm going to move that bit of card over a bit. I like it a little bit square. Okay. There's a lovely little peg. There's a mini peg in my one there. So I'm going to get a little my glue stick. Okay, like so. Little dab on there. Put my little peg on there like that. There's a little flower as well. So there's all sorts of goodies. The key is to really have a little play with it. Don't be scared. Have fun. You know, play around with it. A little bit of glue on there for that one. Little stick. There we go. And then instantly you will see that we're starting to create that little bit of picture. Okay, let me hold that up. Within seconds, I've mixed in fabrics. I've mixed in different techniques, different papers, different things there to create a lovely little image. Using those little components, it really is about your own inspiration and just empty the contents out and have a little play with it as well. And what we're going to do shortly is we're going to personalise it with some letters using our Calico and Fuser Web.
Fantastic. Love it. You get Fuser Web in the variety stash box. I mean, I've just looked at another piece here. This is even bigger. That's like those giant cushions you get. Look at that. That's much bigger than a fat quarter. And that's a really heavy cotton there. It's almost like upholstery cotton. So there's all sorts in this stuff. I found 3 fat quarters at least. I haven't opened everything up here. I've just found some green felt. We had a project this week to do abstract picture of some pears. So I was thinking, oh, we could have cut it out of here and with our Fuser Web, because we get a roll of that in the bottom, and then this as well could have done some brilliant. You've got polka dot, you've got polycottons, you've got lovely, and you know, you contents will vary, but you've got all sorts of surprising elements in there and different sizes and different weights of material. You will get the frame. I've got a peg as well. We've got a lovely bag of buttons there. We might get some embroidery threads, some wool. I've got a rosette, I've got felt, I've got handmade papers in there, little ephemera of cards and stamps, jewels, felt flowers, and oh, just amazing. And it comes in a lovely little box there. Send it to someone if you're doing some home crafting. The mixed media, I love the Hessian. I know Leonie uses a lot of Hessian as well, with your craft card as well. Send it to someone to cheer them up if they're a sewer, if they do the paper piecing or quilting, and sometimes you want to make your own binding because there's some really big bits in here as well. Look at this lovely tartan. That with your lovely Scotty dogs. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, that around the bottom of a band. Just beautiful. Good, lovely hairband with that as well. $19.99. Half the stock has gone, so please don't miss out. Fantastic saving, but loads. There's loads in there to enjoy. There's just so much material. 126261. Also on the show today, we've got obviously that Fuser Web and that Calico at 1.5 meters of each. But these are our variety bundles here as well. Hannah in Tech has gone and bought one of these. Which one? Oh, she went for the feathers and the fur, Joe's favourite. Yes, look at that. These are fat quarters. So you get a fat quarter of all the material, including your cream lining. The Hessian is sort of half that, as it were, in terms of a strip cut horizontally there as well. You're also getting a fat quarter of that beautiful two-tone organza. I mean, look at that. Isn't that, can you see the purples and the lilacs wafting off that? It's gorgeous, electrifying, isn't it? So you're going to get that as well. The red spot there, that is a fat quarter. And then this is our feathers and fur, because we've got those beautiful owlies there. Gorgeous, aren't they? And then you've also got the fat quarter of those pretty little Scotty dogs. So that is your feathers and fur. Next up, we've got all the car engines there, the playroom. You've got, what I love about that as well is you might think, oh, cars and engines for the boy, but the girls, we love our trucks as well. Always wanted a red truck. And I love it that it's on the pink. So I'm not being sexist. And I love this, all the lettering there. Look at this. This brings me deep joy. Makes me so happy. Look at that. We need something to brighten us up. It's a dreich day out there today. It's all miserable and grey and wet. Poor old Joe got soaked. So don't bother going out. Stay in with a nice Baileys in your coffee and have a great day, as I say. There, that is your playroom option. the variety bundle there as well. So you think about all those fat quarters you get in there. It's fantastic. 4. And then, see, I'm laughing again. It just makes me smile. There's something about these drawings of the dinosaurs. They're so cute, the wings. And look at the buzzy bees. And then you've got the lovely polka dots, that fabulous two-tone organza. Look at this. Oh, it's just gorgeous, just ready to go. And then that lining as well, and your hessian. So whether you're doing mixed media, whether you're doing your sewing, whether you're getting the kids involved, whether you just thinking, oh, that's inspired me, Fee, I'm going to get 2 lots. Hannah in tech, who sorts me out with my microphones and my talk back, and quite frankly, half the time she's up a ladder, ranging lights and all sorts. Yeah, she's just gone and bought the feathers and fur bundle. £12.99, 289046. Calico bundle, 1.5 metres of the calico and the fuser web. I know Joe's... I'd never seen the fuser web used like that onto the frame. I thought it was brilliant. That is £11.99, 812514. Very popular bundle because we're getting a lot there. Who knew you could do so much with fuser web? Then we've also got the crafting bundle there, the frames pack with those 4 smaller adhesive ones and then the larger ones. I love that idea of using the material rather than just... necessary card. 999 860 220. Very quickly, I want to mention the 7-day savers, then we'll go straight back to Joe and hopefully have a good 20 minutes with him. Zip collection. Now, I know Joe could do something with the zips because we don't just think of physically putting them in projects like purses and bags and coats and, you know, cushions. I've seen people make lovely brooches out of those and hairbands. A zip collection there. How many are we getting, darling? 8 2-metre size, 7 zips, 32 sliders. And I'll tell you the item number because it doesn't want to come to play. 979147. Our graphics are on a go slow. We've also got some lovely MDF, which I think would tie in beautifully as well with all Joe's material to cover that up. The sheep, I thought they were cows. Are we going to bother telling anybody that number? Find it on the web, folks. Find it on the web. It's playing up today. 081520 £9.97. You love your buttons there. There's another load of buttons there, £9.95 as well. But you do get buttons in this fantastic variety pack as well. Contents will vary, but you will get loads. Absolutely loads. Right, Joe, let's go straight to you, my darling.
Hi, back home. Yeah, no, some lovely bargains there as well, Fiona. So what I've done, I've obviously got my lovely little frame there. So I'm going to personalise it now using the fuser web and the calico. So I'm going to put some little words and little text on there that I think will hope, inspire and be lovely. And if somebody gets that purple contents box there as well, they'll get...
Yes, tell me again, because I'd forgotten about that, Joe. So if we buy anything in this hour, you'll pick the winner on your Facebook page, and there's 4 of the big purple boxes to give away, and they're hefty full of goodies, aren't they? Have I got that right?
Yeah, another little bit of inspiration there for you. So fingers crossed, everybody. Okay, so what I've got my calico and I've got my fuser web. I've rolled off a bit of my fuser web and I've cut to size using a bit of card as a template. An A4 piece of fuser web. I've got my calico roll. Here we go. So I'm going to roll this out. Again, I'm going to cut a piece of A4. The reason why, obviously, I've done the rolls of size, that you've got good sizes here for creating little makes like this. I'm just going to draw around that with the biro so that we can see. When I hold it up, it literally is an A4 piece of card that I'm just using as a template. Okay, we'll draw all the way around so we've got a nice crisp finish. There we go. A little bit more there so I can see that line. There we go, one more line. We've done it, excellent. So I get my little scissors out. I'm going to literally, as you can see there, I've just cut around. I've drawn around the card ready to cut. So we're going to cut that at A4. Nice and crisp cuts, and we're going to basically what we're doing was creating. I've done this a few times before, but it's so good because we can personalize little projects. And I'm not sure if you've seen this from Fiona, so I thought it'd be nice for you to see. It's a really nice little personalized make using the calico and the fuser web. I'm going to make sure that I've got a little printer. I say little, it's big. But it is just any old printer will do. Don't worry if it's an inkjet, a laser jet, whatever fancy printer you've got or non-fancy printer you've got, it will work just the same. Okay, one more snip there. So I'm creating my A4 calico. There we go. This is where my concentration comes in, making a nice crisp cut. There we go. One more cut through there. Perfect. So we've got 2 sheets of A4, one in calico, one in fuser web. We're going to bond them together. So I'm going to pop that straight on top of my fuser web, the calico, glue side obviously, so it's bonding together. We're going to make sure that it is perfectly in line with each other. Put some heat to that. This is where there's no right or wrong way. All irons are slightly different, so just make sure you've got the temperature nice and hot. Okay, and we'll literally pop that down there. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to iron the other side. I love the fact that with fuser web, it's great because if you've got creases in your fabric, it doesn't matter. You know, that bonding agent in there will just keep it nice and flat, nice and straight. It'll get rid of all the creases. Okay, so it is perfectly flat. And again, you haven't got that wet glue coming through that we do have if we were using conventional fabric glues. And I'm messy, so I get it everywhere. Okay, you can see my workstation today is quite tidy. So nice sheet there, ready to go. Just going to make sure that it has all stuck. Yep, I think so. You will see the Gore-Tex of the glue coming through. So just making sure the corners are nice as well. Turn that back over. There we go. Perfect. Yep, like that. Okay, pop that to one side. What I've done is just on some font on a piece of paper. So different fonts here. Obviously mine are quite spaced out, but let's utilise the whole sheet. We can fill it up with all different things, different pictures, different things on there. I've put some little fonts, little text that I'm going to use on my little picture. Okay, so I'm going to pop that just in the top of my printer. Okay, there we go. Just wait for it to turn on, warm up. Fingers crossed it's not like my exhaust this morning. And it does work.
Is it just a regular printer, Joe? Because I gather you're going to put that through it.
It's not a flash printer, Fiona, so I've tried 3 or 4 different printers and it is fine, it will go through. What we must remember is that all we've done is created a printing sheet, so like a slightly thicker than paper, so almost like a thin card. We need to know which way our printer prints. So I know mine prints on the top side of my paper, so I want to print a colour code. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in there, and this is where we cross fingers, toes, thumbs, everything. There we go, and hopefully that will take through. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it's gone through. Good.
It's a good side. It's looking good.
There, we've got the calico. And we've got our printed letters on fabric, on calico, so we can then stitch on these. We can paint on these. But all I'm going to do, I'm going to crimp some of these out. So I'm going to get my little crocodile scissors, and I've got that little hope there that I really love. And a little bit of love as well, I think. Hope and love. There we go. 2 lovely words that we can use. I'm going to snip them out with my crocodile scissors. There we go. One more. And it gives that personal touch, like we said, Fiona. All those projects that we're doing at home, we're going to add a little personal touch to it. I'll pop that on there. Get my lovely little picture. And I'm just going to snip that one, and then you will see, I'm going to hold them up really close, as close as I can. You can see my little text there. So that's good to go. I'm going to pull the backing off, so we know if it's stuck that it is that crispy bit of paper that should be left. So it leaves the glue of the fuser web on the fabric. Yeah, nice and crispy. And the same with the love. There we go, one more, nice and crispy. Obviously, we've got fresh ink on the calico, so please don't get your iron and put it straight on there.
Right.
So I'm going to lovely little bit of calico, just a scrap piece. I'm going to pop my little fonts on my card that I've been creating. I'm going to put that one there. Hope and love. Again, it's one of those that we play around with. Have a little play with them. I'm going to stick my bit of calico over there. I'm going to grab my iron. Obviously, the fuser web is already on the back of the fabric. So you've got your printing sheet, whether we want to stick that straight onto some bunting, cushions, and what I've done with my collage. So my little collage there. And then instantly a little bit more on that side. Perfect. There we go. And we've created Our great little make.
Brilliant, Joe.
But our hope, and using the calico and fuser web mix there, and it's great because it's on the roll. We've got lots more to go, lots of make to do. But I've still got all that little space, all those little fonts still on my sheet.
Fantastic. And you get 1.5 meters of that fuser web and the calico cotton, 1.5 meters of that as well. And as Joe said, it's all on the roll, so you cut to the length that you need. And it's fantastic they're both the same size, so you can make as many projects as you like. I love the idea of personalising it with their name or a message to somebody, or, you know, using your stamps that you've got, and maybe some of those fantastic Archiver inks. $11.99, 812514, you know, the fabric ones as well. Brilliant. Or the printer idea is fantastic. Now, our stash boxes as well, 70% gone. This is the box that it comes in. We've only got this 1 hour with Joe as well. We're trying to take full advantage. $19.99. I've discovered fat quarters. I've got hessian. I've got beautiful, beautiful brush cotton. I've got felt. I've got poly cotton. I've got polka dots. I've got huge pieces. I've got upholstery cotton as well. There's loads in here. I've got organza. We've got the blue material that Joe was talking about. That all gets posted in the box. You get the frame, we know. I've got a peg like Joe. I've got some threads. It could be embroidery threads. It could be wools. You get in a pack of the buttons. You get in the ephemera, handmade papers, felt, foam, toweling, postcards, little jewels, a rosette, ribbons. Just look at it. There's that frame that Joe was using. I've got a little pink one there as well. Just fantastic. It is just... There's all sorts in there. And yes, you get your roll of fuser web as well, just to get you started. So get you on that fantastic journey. But there's pre-cut pieces as well with the pinking shears. I love this piece. Yeah, I keep getting drawn to this. It's just, and look at the material. It's gorgeous. It's like you've had a huge stash of, you know, you've been working for years, and this would be great to send somebody using the mixed media, get the kids involved. We're all being asked to do daft projects. I was telling you about my spaceman with sticks. I mean, I don't know where to go with that. I'm going to steal Joe's idea about the foil, quite frankly. Approaching 3/4 of the stock gone, $19.99, 126261. And that all gets delivered in the... But send it to someone, cheer them up when they open that up. They'll be like, oh, look at what's in here. Fantastic. Then we've got our fabric choices, furs and feathers. Feathers and furs is the lovely red option. You're getting all the fat quarters of your cotton lining, your organza, your red spot, your beautiful owls, that's your feathery bit, there we go, and your Scotty dogs. And then the hessian is sort of tantamount to half a fat quarter, but all the others are. So that's 5 fat quarters plus your strip of the hessian, which I know you love for your mixed media and card making, what have you as well, and journals, lovely. Even if you're just covering a book, you know, like it's one of those projects that Hayley does, those handmade by Hayley little bags, you know, that we use those plastic boxes in, brilliant. Then we've got the playroom. So that is with our engines and cars and ambulances and our letterings and alphabet and numbers there, and the green spot. I just love that. The gorgeous two-tone organza, hessian and your cotton lining, and feathers. Sorry, wings. It's just wings, Fiona. There's no feathers. Just wings, and then that's in the blue as well. So fantastic. 5 fat quarters plus your hessian strip, $12.99. Beautiful. We've got the frames as well, play around frame bundle as well. So that's $12.99 for each of those, 289046. Great, great value. Crafting frame pack as well on the show today. Joe was showing us how to use the fuser web and attach the material to it, and the blues. $9.99, 860220. If you're thinking, what's she talking about? Watch it on Rewind, and there's the 2 rolls that are proving very popular. 8122 514 11.99, 1.5 meters of each. Quickly, you mentioned the 7-day savers because we've got buttons on there. Now we've discovered they're 2-meter zips. You're getting 7 of them and 32 sliders. They're called size 7, but there's 7 of them. Sorry, there's 8 of them, sorry, and they're 2 meters each. So 979147, 32 sliders. And the thread tidy as well. If you're in your sewing mood, crafting mood, mixed media mood there. Yeah, silly thread tidies, squirrel, owl and sheep, 9 of each, 997 081 52. So they'd be great to cover with your fuser webbing materials as well. Love those. And our button mix, very quickly mention the button mix. And you do get buttons in this lovely variety box as well. 500 grams, $9.95. I think you can choose a colourway with that one, 677461. This is your pinks, you've got the blues, lilacs, creams, greys, yellows. Oh, I like that one. I like the yellows and the blacks, dramatic black. How much longer have we got, lovely Christopher Webster? 6 minutes, Joe. What can you show us in 6 minutes, my darling?
Right, so what I thought I'd do first is just quickly show you the frame pack. Is they're the 4 frames that you get, the card frames, and they have sticky pads on them, so they are really, really sweet to use, which obviously go with the 2 MDF frames that we have. So you've got the rectangle and the double frame there. And like I said, with the boxes, you will get a frame in there. You don't know what size, but you will get one MDF one in there. I've grabbed another little box here, so I thought, why not? Let's dip into one and let's show you what's in this little box as well, just to show you the variety that might be in the boxes. So it is so different. This one's got a lovely little frame. I'm getting excited, Fiona, just to look at these. Got some lovely lavender and lilac yarns. I've got my lovely bag of goodies, some cards. Oh, this one's got a little flower in there as well. Stunning there. So I won't open it all up because homeschooling starts soon, so there'll be mess everywhere. Obviously got a little roll of fuser web there to give me a little go. Oh, love this. Oh, let's have a look. Straight away. There's a large piece in here of fake cotton. It's like a patchwork piece there, look. So a really nice piece there. I've got polka dots, a fat quarter. I'm getting carried away, Fiona, looking at all this.
We've lost you in your box there. We've lost you to the box there, darling.
There's a little moo cow there.
I love that box. Moo cow.
There is a nice little bit of felt. Another fat quarter. Oh, this is nice, like floral. Well, that's black. It's got like butterfly and flowers and all sorts on there as well.
Oh.
So that's.
So you've shown us this because contents will vary. Oh, you got balloons. Contents will vary, you see, but you can see you get loads.
You get another little bit of balloons in this one.
Yay.
It's really... Oh, this looks interesting. Let's have a look. We've got a little bird panel there, a little fabric. Oh,
gorgeous.
So this really is so much different. I'm still going.
Well, we've got about 4 minutes, Joe. 80% of these are gone.
Some butterflies there. Really nice. Some organza in that one. Some lime organza. Love that. What's this? I will go for this last piece here as well.
It's like Mary Poppins' carpet bag. It's never ending, Joe.
No, I do like to put lots in there. So, I mean, I'm just roughly estimating here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd say you get at least 5 fat quarters, full fat quarters. So you imagine 5 fat quarter size, and the value of that is tremendous. And mixed in with all the other little bits and pieces. There's a little cat in there, little pussy buttons. There's great. Oh, I like this as well. This is nice. Let's have a little look.
Ooh. Well, I counted over. I've got 5+ on my desk here. That's lovely.
There we go. So you just don't know what's in there. It really is a real good mixture. I'm just getting carried away, Fiona. I'll keep going. Did
you just have fun making all these boxes, Joe? Did you handpick them all, darling?
Did. You know what, Fiona? And that, for me, that's been the enjoyment. And obviously, with lockdown, it is tricky for everybody. And I really do appreciate everybody supporting the shows and Hochanda. It's been a pleasure to do them. And this is why I wanted to do more of the boxes, just that when we get it at home, we just have a little bit of a surprise. And the box as well. I'm a massive fan. Let's use these boxes. We can fuse the box, we can decorate the box, we can put bits and pieces in there. It's just a great little box to have and keep and just cherish. And when we get home, I want to see some pictures where you're tipping it out.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good idea because heaven knows we have loads of packaging. They're sending us home with loads of projects to do. But even if you're a sewer and you're thinking you're paper piecing or you want to get the other members of the family involved or you mix media, I mean, it's perfect for you. As you know, you brilliant crafters that we've got. So enjoy. And you can follow Joe on his Make It Joe Facebook page. I know Joe has live Facebook sessions as well. So you can join him. Over 80% of the Make It Joe variety stash box has gone. I mean, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got at least 5 quarters in amongst this bundle and all the rest. You know, all those other lovely bits of material that I've found in there. You will get the frame. I've got pegs. I've got threads. I've got buttons. I've got ephemera. I've got the fuser web. I've got felt. I've got polycotton, hessian, organza, upholstery cotton. I mean, there's lining, there's loads in here. It's just beautiful. Enjoy. 1999 126 261. So, Joe, a last minute, my darling, when will we see you again? And how do we take advantage of your purple box giveaway?
So, yes, the purple box giveaway, I will do it this afternoon, do a live video for to give away. We'll put some of the goodies we've made in there, anything that's made a purchase. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be back on Monday with some beautiful fabrics from my friends at Material Magic.
Oh, fantastic. So a show on Monday. We'll look forward to that, Joe. Thank you so much for going to all the trouble to, making sure you were with us this morning. We really appreciate it. I hope you get that exhaust fixed, my darling, once you've done the homeschooling.
Fingers crossed. Thanks very much, Fiona. It's been lovely to see you.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Really appreciate it. So lovely to see you. And we look forward to seeing Joe on Monday. So check out Joe's Facebook page. He'll be giving that purple box giveaway later on. Enjoy. Don't forget to check out your baskets to be in with a chance. OK, we're going to join Leonie now and our Hayley for the Fairy Hugs One Day Special. Then I've got an hour of Rich, and then we'll be joining Asta and Anne.
Hi, I'm Ali from Ali Stitch Your Fingers. I've been sewing most of my life. I absolutely love sewing. I've been with the Hochanda now from the very beginning, really. That's when I started to go there. The Hochanda family are lovely people to work with, and I'm really enjoying my time with them. Designing is a big part of the journey for me as well. I love going out and finding the fabrics to use in the projects and bringing them to you. I love the designing process from start to finish, and then the finished project is just the icing on the cake. So make sure you don't miss out. Come and sew with me on Hochanda.
Have you heard of Hochanda Freedom? Did you know that as a Hochanda Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £5.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Hochanda Freedom members badge, regular newsletters, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with Hochanda more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause it if you're going away, or you can cancel it at any time. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or head to the website, quoting item number 88888 and join Hochanda Freedom today.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Jean, and together with my partner Malcolm, we run a small business in the northeast of England called Crafty Individuals. At Crafty Individuals, we're mostly involved in the design and manufacture of a very wide range of red rubber art stamps, but we also have a range of background papers and mini images that are also brilliant to create with. We also have a great little team of other artist friends who've helped us along the way and have come up with other designs that completely work alongside our own. So do pull up a pew and join us on the Hochanda shows. We can't wait to see you there.
Barbara.
And I'm Julie.
And together we're Scarlet Rose Crafts. We're a family-run business, been in business for 2 years, and our aim is to bring new and innovative new products to the crafting industry.
We've both been involved in crafting industry for many years, and we're continuing to move forward with our new company now.
The Easy Mat Plate is our flagship product, followed by our innovative Easy Shim product.
Our range includes diamond trail plates, ultra-sized dies, cards and sticky sheets.
We're constantly developing new and unusual products, so watch this space.
On our shows, we hope to inspire you with our products so that you can carry on crafting, because our motto is, because we can.
So don't miss the Scarlet Rose Craft shows on Hochanda.
Hello there, good morning and welcome, because it's one day special time, and I was watching last night and I could not wait to get in here today. It has been busy. It's been incredibly busy because we've got brand new, well, not brand new because obviously it was launched last night, but a brand new company bringing us a one day special, and it's a fabulous one. Incredibly busy last night, not just for the one day special but for lots of the other items, and the beauty is everything works together. It's all from a fabulous new company to us here called Fairy Hugs, as you said. I think we all need a little bit of a hug, don't we? And your one day special, half of the stock has gone. Now, Leonie, I have to say, these designs are absolutely beautiful. Oh, sorry, I should have introduced you properly there. We've been chatting for ages. Good morning and welcome.
It's funny, isn't it? Because, yeah, we're chatting and then we forget the live bit.
The light
it's
goes
like, because we know each other's here because we've been chatting. Fairy Hugs are amazing. I mean, yeah, brilliant company. We've seen them before. Our lovely Julia normally brings our Fairy Hugs to us, and she's done some amazing samples in the past. But yeah, really nice company, based in America, in Florida. And so yeah, bringing a little bit of sunshine to us here, and they are just gorgeous.
Absolutely
what
gorgeous.
I love about these, I mean, you can create so many stories. They're ridiculously whimsical, but if you've just got a decent background, stamp these on it, makes a really good card quickly.
Yeah. And that's the thing I noticed,
I think, and honestly, the detail, my favourite is definitely the gnome house.
Yes.
I mean, oh my gosh, that is beautiful. It's just beautiful. But yeah, I adore them. And the whole collection works together. If you've got Fairy Hugs from the last collections that our Julia brought to you, they'll work.
I don't know how I've managed to miss these then.
This is a thing though, don't you find?
Yeah.
There's shows I've never even seen on Hochanda.
Yeah.
You know, and it'll be like, oh, we do that, and that's
Where'd
it.
that come from?
But yeah, no, our Julie's brought them to us before. I don't know if they've only been on once or twice though. It's not often. But this is the very first one day special that they've ever had. And you can see, I mean, there's so many glories. Isn't that stunning? I love that. I love that. I just think that is such a cool image.
Look at the little gnomes all coming
Aren't they
home.
cute? Paola were imagining all sorts last night. I think Paola was, basically, she was taking over the whole wing of that. I tell you, that one. She's the one on left, that gnome on left, going, that's mine.
I love it. But of course, you've got all the additional elements. So you're building up, you're grounding your designs, you're giving them height.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, isn't that just beautiful? The trees in the background, we've got those on the show. I mean, this is the thing. There's so many elements that you can use with these. You can see the grasses now. That one's an interesting card because we've got the wishing well on the show. We've got the other fairy on the show. But in the one day special, you've got those beautiful hanging vines at the top.
Yeah.
You will see them on so many of the cards because they absolutely make a difference. They make such an impact. That one is a fairy, of course, that you've got in the one day special.
And I love this because you've kind of got those little lanterns, those whimsical lanterns as well.
And that one, I use the trees that we've got coming up on the show with the fairy and the lovely little lantern. So I like that because she's guiding the way through the dark, which I think that looks really quite pretty.
Beautiful. I mean, every single one of these you could pick up. You can see where you kind of using some of those backgrounds you've created, maybe techniques that you've tried out and you've wanted to kind of experiment with, stencils that maybe you've tried out as well. Some of these characters we've got some incredible kind of fantasy characters coming up during the year. And as Leonie said, the fabulous little wishing well, it has been a very popular one, that one. So if you do want that one, then do make sure you take advantage of it. Popping the details up at the the bottom of the screen as well, as you can see. So whichever way you are working with your one-day special, you have got the grounding for you to be creating some absolutely amazing cards. I love these little gnomes there. You're just popping them down wherever you want them to go. And of course, as Leonie said, those wonderful kind of foundation stamps that are going to help build your design. Make the use not only of the stamps that we're showing you during the shows today, but also other things you will already have in your collection. So affordable as well at £34.97. You've got your £6 saving on this one, but only through till 6 o'clock this evening. And that's if stock permits us to do so with this, because this is another thing. With this show, what we see is what we've got stock-wise. Once it's gone, it's gone. So please do get in early. We have tried, because we've been so busy, we kind of preempted that some items are going to get sold out before 6 o'clock. But there's no more stock of these. So if you want your one-day special, I'm going to leave those details with you. It's 703351 if you're wanting those. Now, the wishing well. This is a cute one. Who doesn't love a wishing well? Dropping that penny in there and just making that wish, hoping it comes true. Here you go. You can see this is a beautiful one. I love this. I mean, there's everything to love about a wishing well, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. Again, it's just kind of magical, isn't it? You know, yeah, you've got that beautiful little wishing well. You've got the little bucket there. It's a nice size. And again, I like the way that they've been engraved into to create that detail. I just think they look beautiful. And this one works so well with all the other goodies as well. It is absolutely beautiful. And see, doesn't it work well with Little Fairy that you get in your one-day special? She's taking wishes out of the wishing well there to make them come true.
And there you go, all those little golden wishes in there. It's nice as well because they work with many of the other stamps that we've got as well, so you can really build up your own scene with these ones. I know people that have used floral stamps and floral kind of decoupage with wishing wells, which you could do that. And these little bears that we've got coming on.
Yeah, we've got them on the show. And the bears are lovely. They're having a little nosy to see what's in wishing well.
Bears make wishes too. Bears make wishes too.
Indeed. And
again, they're just building up, and you can see little tiny aspects that you can be adding in. Again, the one-day special coming into play there as well. And of course, with these ones, the beauty is you can build up a real scene with that one. So we've got quite a narrow card with this one. Next one's going to be a wider card, because you're actually going from a DL right the way up to an A5, and you can see they're really building up the design, but keeping that wonderful wishing well sitting in the centre.
Aren't they pretty?
Gorgeous.
And those, if you want the trees, we've got the trees on the show as well.
Right, there's like
and
a
they're
silver
lovely.
Birch,
yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, I do like a silver birch. They're quite magical.
One thing I don't think I've mentioned is extended delivery. Of course, lovely Leonie did mention it's an American company, so we kind of automatically know it. But it's the 8th of February with regards to these, which, to be honest, isn't that far off, is it? Rapidly approaching 2/3 of the stock of that particular set has gone, and of course, a brilliant one to add into your stash with those details on your screen. 124788. Now, got 2 stamp plates for you in this particular one, and this is lovely because this little gnome door is so cute. You are going to use this so many times. Another gorgeous little fairy, as you can see it, and that little tiny butterfly as well. This has proved to be a very, very popular one because nearly half the stock has gone of this one as well. Yeah, another one for brilliant scenes to build this one up. Absolutely adorable little fairy that you can see there, but using obviously other things that we've got on the show as well. Gorgeous, and there we go, look.
Sorry, I'm giggling there. Yeah, they are absolutely gorgeous, and the little fairy door is fabulous. You know, I love that one. Continuing the little brick wall, I just think that looks absolutely adorable.
So where's the brick wall come from? Is that just from somebody's stash?
I don't know if they've drawn it or just been. I think it looks drawn. But that is good colouring in,
very
isn't it?
Clever.
That is very, very good indeed.
You could take inspiration from the arch around the door, couldn't you? Make your own little dry stone wall there. This is nice. I like this one. It's kind of very ethereal, this one, with that kind of moody blues and purples in it.
Beautiful. Good ink in there, isn't it? Good inking. And beautiful. That little owl, he comes in the one with the silver birches.
Ah, OK. Well, that's a good buy then, that particular one.
Yeah, it is.
Now, I know lots of you do jump ahead, and lots of you indeed are jumping ahead and checking out. You'll find the tall trees as well. We've got the tall bare trees, and we've also got your shorter bare trees. Of course, we are looking at the fabulous little butterfly here and her fabulous little friend there of the little butterfly there, but absolutely beautiful. Now, of course, many of these cards are building up scenes, but there's nothing stopping you using them just as kind of little kind of focus points. So here you can see a lovely die that's been used with a few little fronds of foliage there, but just using the main focus being the die there, not building up a scene. So if you don't feel confident enough to build up those scenes, then yeah, I mean, these are nice to just use as a focal point, Leonie.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in another world then. Yeah,
time.
absolutely. They'll make beautiful little focals, and I just think that is really, really sweet, and it's working with other stuff that you've got in your stash as well, like all your dies and stuff.
And it may encourage you to have a little go with these things, because there's a lot of fun to be had.
Yeah, absolutely, and I love that one. Like, that's the fairy off the one-day special and the lantern off the one-day special, and then all the background, the spooky kind of trees in the background that looks absolutely beautiful. And fairy doors, I mean, they're really they're a thing at the minute, aren't they?
Very much.
You know, people putting them out on like trees and people decorating around the trees. I think it's ever so pretty, but yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Is that one?
Gorgeous.
Love it.
So only $14.99. It's been a popular one. Half the stock having gone of that one. So 277-178 if you're wanting to get hold of those. Now, of course, we've got all sorts of different stamps that kind of build on it. I love this because it's almost like a little modular system, because whichever set you go for, they can work by themselves with things that you've already got, but also work with the one-day special. Now, this is another bundle where over half the stock has gone, and you can understand why when you look at this tree. I mean, that is a fabulous corner of a project, isn't it? Using that with the way that those trees kind of bend it over to the side, but it also gives you the opportunity to use other elements. I mean, here, using the one-day special with the little lanterns hanging from that tree. What a clever idea.
I love this tree. This is one of my favourites. Again, I've got many favourites, but this is such a beautiful stamp. The detail in it is exquisite. You know, it creates a lovely natural frame. And it's just so easy to use. You'll definitely use this with this set, but think about other stamps that you already own that this will go with. You know, if you've already got something from the Fairy Hugs collection, then you'll use this with it. But it's a really, really strong images, this one. I love this one.
I love it. Very clever. I mean, it doesn't look out of place with the bears, but then obviously when you think about things like little fairy doors or your gnome doors, they can be itsy-bitsy tiny things, but it doesn't look out of place.
Doesn't that look cool? I love that. It's just building up a full scene, isn't it? It's just so pretty.
Oh,
and look at that with a little bear.
Gorgeous. Now this one again is another popular one. The lantern tree, £14.99. You can be able to use it in so many different ways. I mean, look at that. That is a beautiful use of a background.
I love the dragon as well.
Doesn't that look amazing? This little character is going to be coming up in a little while as well. As is, this little character as well. I've just knocked the stamp over, but I will sort that one out in just a few moments. So if you want your lantern tree, then you're getting a good size stamp there for a very affordable price, and the details are there on your screen there. 411321. Now, thistles. I do like a thistle. I must admit, I don't know what it is, but there's something about. I think it's the strength, but the kind of the prickliness, but the beauty at the same time of these. Absolutely gorgeous.
I take way too many photos of thistles. Because they just look so good. I was banging on about this when we launched it. Like, you know, like in summer they look beautiful, but it's in winter, and when they've got cobwebs coming off them, and you know, the morning dew and they just look, and frost. Thistles and frost are just the most photogenic thing. They're absolutely stunning. So yeah, it's a really good, and it's one of them, when you're building up your backgrounds, that is a strong image. Because it just looks so good. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Gorgeous? And very traditional, though. Those kind of like purple hair they have, don't they? And that's out there, and
that fluffy hair.
The
fabulous images.
And synonymous with Scotland as well. So it's another way that you could potentially be using. But I love that idea, building up a background there. Very effective.
And that's so easy. So easy, but so effective. And that, I like that because it's clever stamping, because it's only inking up the top of the actual thistle and then just embossing it. But I think that looks really good.
But the detail that you've got, I mean, that's a silhouette stamp, but you can still see the detail in there, the wispiness, and you can almost feel the prickles of that thistle there, even though it's obviously a flat image. But, I mean, to get that attention to detail within that design, absolutely incredible. And for a tenner, $9.99, I mean, this is going to be one that you will be using over and over again, I am sure of it. And you imagine any tartan fabrics that you've got, this is going to look fabulous with as well. So yeah, nice one, this one. 493175 if you're wanting to get hold of those. I better get a scoot on. There's so many here, and I've had a lovely time looking at all of these, but now I'm quite mindful of the time. Now the bears, you've been loving the bears. These are so cute. You're getting all three of these, £9.99. And I love these because you've kind of got the different styles, and half the stock has gone of these. Again, perfect for building up your scenes, and I love it. Gorgeous kind of solidness about these ones. We were talking about kind of the detail with the thistles there, but these, it's a real solid detail, except for the bits that you need to see where you've got kind of the little joints there.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Aren't they fabulous?
And I think the difference as well, you know, really cool. If anybody has read, oh, I've gone and forgot.
Goldilocks?
No, not Goldilocks. There's a recent one that's been televised.
Okay.
And I've absolutely forgot. It's Lyra, and she also, and she has a little... Oh no, it's gone, absolutely
You'll just
gone.
You'll shout it out randomly when I get to the dragon.
Yeah, I will. Do you know what? And it's like, not the books of dust. Oh, someone will email in, main character's called Lyra, and it were a trilogy of books.
Oh, okay.
Is it? Yes, Pullman.
Pullman.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. It's Dark Materials.
6 house
and
points.
He's got the bear in there, hasn't he? He's got the bear that wears the armour. So you could, and I think the thing with the bears, they could be anything.
Yeah.
So within, you know, within sort of magical stories, your bear can be anything. I mean, last night, Paula were going through what family members it could be. She touched every family member.
Now, with regards to that, I mean, a lot of people take strength from the kind of spiritual bear as well, don't they? So, £9.99 if you want to know. It's 131572. We're having too much of a lovely time chatting about these. It's 1/4 the hour already. Right, I better get a jog on. Next one that we've got for you, we were talking about dragons. Well, oh no, before we get to dragons, we've got mooses. Does anybody remember? There's a moose loose about this hoose. Exactly. Now, with these ones, these are fabulous. You're getting your 2 mooses. Brilliant. I love these as well. Yeah, £9.99. Again, a perfect one for your winter scenes, but anything that's kind of forest or woodland based as well, because of course they don't just come out at Christmas, do they? And then they're not reindeers. Before anybody says I know they're not reindeers. But again, another strong character. Absolutely gorgeous, as you can see.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And I think with this one, again, it's just when you're creating those wonderful backgrounds, that makes such a good feature, doesn't it? And they are just majestic again, aren't they?
I love it with a little heron there.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. Oh, there you go. He's having a dabble.
So, yeah, he's having a little paddle.
His feet.
A cheeky little paddle is Mr. Moose.
Absolutely gorgeous. And again, of course, when Christmas comes around, they are going to be perfect for your cards. Rapidly approaching 40% of the stock. I'm not surprised. They're 2 really good size stamps that you're getting there for £9.99. So 938741. Now, of course, the dragons, these are fabulous. Proper fantasy style, these. Obviously, you've got your dragon in that strength. And I like this. It's kind of the pose that you've got. You could be looking down at any other of the little characters there, because obviously he's got the height. But then alongside, now, I don't know which way around they are. Now, I think Kimber is this one here, isn't it? Yeah, Kimber is this one.
The little
and
baby.
Zakar. Love it. Absolutely amazing.
It's I love these images. I think they're very strong indeed. I mean, I love dragons anyway, but I do think the little baby one is seriously cute. You know, it's a gorgeous little image, and again, it's that, you know, the fairy tale. So you can create them, and they could be anything.
Yeah.
You know, you can create such incredible scenes with them, and yeah, they're just beautiful to colour in as well, because you can have them any colour, can't you?
Aren't they good? It just shows you that dragons aren't really as scary as they might first appear. I mean, here you've got that fabulous dragon there, taking something from the little fairy's hand there. Now, I don't know, is this the fairy that we've got within the one-day special? I'm not quite sure.
No, she's the other one that comes with the door, I think.
Right, fair enough.
But yeah, beautiful.
Absolutely
Beautiful,
gorgeous.
aren't they?
They're beautiful. You're going to love these ones. So, yeah, if you fancy getting hold of these, something a little bit different and something that really does work with your fantasy stamps there, £15.99. Pop them into your basket, 445413. Just one more to share with you, and we're going to head over to Leone. And this is lovely because you've got your 2 little fairies here, and these are beautiful. You've got Ginkgo and you've got Kenzie. And I love this because you kind of got like your little boy fairy and your little girl fairy there. Very impish style to these as well. And they are separate, but of course the beauty is you can actually bring them together if you're wanting to, as you can see on this one. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Taking flight there.
Aren't they gorgeous? And these, I mean, they're the kind of ones that, again, you'll mix and match with other stamps that have been brought out by Fairy Hugs. And they just work so well together at any background.
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
you just create a beautiful background, pop these over the top, and it works. I just think there's such cool images. Just stamping them in black works, doesn't it? Don't they look good?
Absolutely. Again, there's a lot of detail on there, so you can see around the neckline, you've kind of got the markings there, the little necklace, as you can see. And of course, lots and lots of intricate detail with those gorgeous little wings. Absolutely beautiful, as you can see there. So definitely one to add in. And I think they're really strong. I mean, they're good size stamps, those as well. So £10.99, very affordable. 205 as well. There's lots of other stamps for you to check out, including the trees. And these are fabulous because these are really good staple ones, as you can see here. I love these ones. £16.99. You're actually getting 3 stamps in total for your money with these. So 832-878 if you're wanting those. And then if you're wanting this particular one, this one's kind of like your naked trees with the fabulous little owl there. That owl appeared so many times within those finished samples. Really useful little stamp, that one. 344-575 for those, just £12.99. Now, of course, we're talking about our tall, skinny trees and our shorter trees. Well, here you go. If you're wanting these, then there you go. £9.99, 629753. Guess what's coming next? A short, skinny bear tree. There you go. Yeah, you can see slightly a shorter version of this one, more open branches with this one. So, yeah, another nice idea. And I love that because you kind of got that little open area in the centre there where that little owl would sit beautifully. 187-304, £9.99. Absolutely gorgeous, every single one of those stamps. So if you do want to jump ahead and have a little look on the website, please do so. But we've covered as much as we're going to cover. Look at that music. Suddenly, like, press the button, it's gone. It's gone. Music's gone. So, yeah, jump ahead. Any questions, now is your time to ask studio@hochanda.com. But I'm going to hand over to you, Leonie, now.
Merci. Right, all I'm going to do, just start doing a little background. Obviously, you can take these and any... Oh, I don't like that wobbly line. Any background you've already created, you can stamp on. But I thought, let's do a bit of a background first of all. So I'm taking some watercolour cardstock, mucky watercolour cardstock, but it's okay. Taking some watercolour cardstock, start building up on this. So I'm taking yellow first of all. I kind of like the yellow as a centre colour because it just gives that kind of glow. So going in with yellow as my centre colour, and I'm using Distress Oxide. I want to do this to show you literally a background. Anybody can do backgrounds, you know, and you don't have to be fussy. You don't have to get that perfect blend. Just going in with my sponge, circle round. It isn't a new ink pad, it's an older ink pad, so it's not going to be over inky, for want of a better word. You know, it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be easy to control. It's funny actually because I've been banging on about wanting new ink pads for ages. Get new ink pads, and now I'm avoiding using them because they're so juicy. It's making it a bit harder. You get used to your old ink pads, don't you? As soon as I went in with a strong ink pad, it was like, oh heck, I forgot that happened. Oh heck. So yeah, now I'm just using my old ink pad yet again. So let's oh, that's full of... Leonie, just do it. So get your ink. I'm faffing again. It's very early, isn't it? Yeah, see, 8:20. That's very early. OK, who's emailed him? Hello, Debbie. Oh, and she's saying hello to everyone in the Fab crew.
Thank you very much.
Haley and Molly in the building. Molly and Webster in my head. The what would look good? The well, oh, yeah. The well would look lovely with 3D flowers in it. That's such a nice idea. And she wondered if what?
Oh.
The bricks were made with them. Do you know, I did wonder, but I thought that would be quite tricky. But you know what? Might have been. I should have a little go with that, shouldn't I, Debbie? That's a really... do you know what? Look... Do you think she might have? I mean, she might have. She might have got them really fussy, fancy.
Well, that was the original. That's the one that we were trying to find, tried to decipher. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they're good bricks. They are very good bricks.
I don't know. Could be. Could be. I mean, there might be another stamp that we've not seen. That,
might be.
Yeah. I mean, there could be one on the website as well. Check out. But yeah, that's a good call, though. I think you could certainly adapt it. So,
yeah, definitely. And she also wondered if the moose was from a famous film. I
don't know.
I don't know what film it is. What film is this?
A film with
What?
mooses in.
Frozen.
Mooses.
It's called Sven
don't know,
from
'cause
Frozen. I mean, I'd love to. Is it a reindeer?
I don't know. I've seen reindeers, I think, in famous films. I don't know about mooses.
I can't remember Frozen. I've seen Frozen, but I can't remember it.
I've never watched it.
Is he a reindeer? And you're like, oh, Molly knows it all.
We have a bit of an aficionado, I think, in the, if that's the right phrase, in it, yeah.
Anyway, thank you
I've
for
never
emailing
watched
in. You created a full debate there, so thank you. And she remembers the song.
Oh, the moose loose about this hoose.
Oh yeah, the moose one.
Yeah, that's
we remember that. We might not know Frozen, but we know that one.
Yeah. They suddenly leap into Scottish dancing, didn't they? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Oh.
Molly's looking at me very confused. I get that a lot.
Most of the things we remember, like, hardly, and we know Webster Bill too, but everybody else too young.
They are too young. I've got handbags older than our Molly in the studio.
It's such a sickener, isn't it? Me, you and Webster else. And he's in denial. Right, okay, so background. First of all, I'm going to take my spritzer. So, of course, working with distress oxides, spritzer it so it breaks up the ink, and then it gives you that really kind of cool. I got carried away with this last night, and it feels like I might have got carried away with that again. But allowing it to just sit into the ink, start reacting with the ink, and then I can drag that ink up.
Yeah.
One of them that never gets boring, is it?
No.
And distress oxides. They're so good for this, they really are. I mean, there are a lot of inks on the market that'll do it. I had my Hero Arts ones the other day. They're my home ink pads now. But they work beautifully with this technique as well. But straight away, it just makes it look all fabulous, doesn't it? So that's my background to start working on. I'll really quickly give it a blast dry. It doesn't need much because it's not really, really wet, because I only give it a bit of water on there. But I don't want my ink to start moving when I start stamping over the top. So now let's start using my one day special. Now, the lovely thing with your one day special, you've got a lot of really cool elements in it. I'm going to start, do you know what? I'm tempted to do my focal image first. Right, I'm going to do my focal image first and build up round it. So, my main character is going to be our beautiful stamp that's in the one day special. Now, remember, I am stamping onto watercolour cardstock. Really, I should put it in my stamping platform, but I'm going to hope for the best.
We'll be channeling those thoughts to you.
To channel positive vibes.
Definitely.
Because it's a solid stamp, what you really want to do is have a nice juicy ink pad. And I was saying this last night, I have re-inked my Versafine Claire, so I know that I've got a better chance of getting that really solid stamped image. Straight away, doesn't that look good?
That looks fabulous. Any tips, if anybody's not a confident stamper and they've not necessarily got a stamping platform, any tips, so any areas that didn't quite stamp out on there, can we retrieve it? Can we fix it?
If you use your black Micron pen, you know, just a black drawing pen, then go over the top with your black pen. That is the easiest way if something goes a bit wrong, or stick a bit of glitter on it. I mean, something like this, if there's any bits that don't stamp, you just put tiny bits of glitter on, you know.
I didn't even notice the necklace there, but the little tiny beaded necklace that you've got there.
And it's pretty. Well. She's just so
really
pretty.
Sweet.
Now, the other stamp I'm going to use is these ones, because they work so well together. I was tempted, I'm just going to use the girl. And the lovely thing is, before you do the stamping, because you've got the... so Webster are going to have the boy in the middle and the girls fighting over him like a tug of war. Or it could be like they're all floating out. If I'd have stamped her further up that way, I'd have done all three of them. And they'd be... It was like, you know, with Peter Pan when they do that.
I looked at those and I thought Peter Pan, but Peter Pan, he didn't have wings, did he?
No, they didn't have wings. Yeah. But when they went floating off, they all held hands and went floating off, didn't they? Which were fabulous. Yeah, it is a sad story. But look, you can line up so you can decide where you're actually stamping, which is fabulous. If you do want these two, obviously we've got those two on the show as well, and the details are going to zoom in as we speak. So again, when you're inking these stamps, nice juicy ink pad. Okay, so make sure you're properly inking that up. If you're not confident, definitely use a stamping platform, because that does make life a little bit easier. So she's holding hands and they're zooming off. So they're at the bottom of the screen for you. If you do want those two, it's 205205, your item number, and you are getting both stamps. Now, look, see, that one isn't perfectly dark, so if you do want that, all I'll do is colour that in when I can find my drawing pen. Do you want to do your bit? Well, oh, it's there. Do you want to do your bit, though?
Well, I can do. I don't mind. I'm stood here standing. I might as well do something, mightn't I? So you've got a little duo here, as you can see, of those stamps that Leonie's just been working with. Absolutely adorable. They are separated, so separate stamps, so you can build up your own scene with these. Of course, you could have them holding hands, but they could be holding something together, couldn't they, if you wanted to? It could be a little heart. It could be a little garland of flowers. It could be anything. But the beauty is you've got both of them featuring there, and all that fine detail. Very, very clever the way that they've got all that detail captured within the stamps. £10.99, 2 stamps, brilliant value for money, 205205, and a very popular set as well. Don't forget, extended delivery on everything the 8th of February if you are just joining us, but definitely worth the wait.
It is worth the wait. And it is nearly February, isn't it? So
it is,
before you know it, it'll be there. So, next. Oh, is it? So, next. Where it didn't stamp properly, going in with my black pen, and boom.
Oh, that's retrievable, isn't it? That's easy.
I mean, it's ridiculously easy. It's
and just for anybody who's watching,
pen.
That's down to the cardstock, because of the cardstock that you used as well. It's not down to the stamp.
Oh, no, definitely not down to the stamp. Using watercolour cardstock, so it has got that tooth on it. And I'm only using watercolour because it was the one I picked up, you know. But obviously, watercolour's great for your backgrounds. Straight away, I just think they look gorgeous. Before you do anything else on that, they look good.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a beautiful thing about this set. You can literally walk away and leave it like that.
Yeah.
Because it just looks so magical.
I mean, that's fabulous. I mean, that could be brilliant for, I don't know, birthday card to a sister or a friend anything. Or anything, really.
Anything. And I've got, yesterday we had some lovely little sentiment stamps, actually. My deepest gratitude. So if it's your friend, forever grateful. You're my hero. I think that's quite pretty for that. Kindness comes from your heart. And something like that, doesn't that work?
All you need, isn't it?
With that. I think that'd look beautiful. Okay, so let's start building up the scene on this one. So I've got my main characters. It's up to you whether you stamp that. Oh, and I do apologise. I'm going to tie my hair up for it next hour because it's driving me mad as well. Honestly. So I'm going to start building it up. What is it with hair? That it always wants to fall in your face. What is that?
Yeah, it gets to a certain length, isn't it? And yours is getting ever so long, isn't it?
It's driving me insane. It's like, why don't you just stay back? It drives me nuts. Anyway, it's clean.
I think it's because it's healthy and glossy and clean.
That's the problem. Don't wash and it'll stay. I'm only joking. Okay, I have got, you know, the bands we had on the show the other day. You know, for me thingies. I'm gonna put. Yeah, well, no, the bands for the Dina ones for going round my journal. But I'm going to stick them around my head. I have put them aside to purposefully stick over my head.
Can I just mention your apron as well? Your apron looks amazing. Anybody that didn't see the show, the tie-dye show, these are the results, because that was the problem. I know that we're not talking tie-dye, only very quickly about this, but we didn't get to see the finished results, did we, during the show? Because there wasn't enough time.
Isn't it good? So my tie-dye apron and my tie-dye tote bag. It was a tulip show. Absolutely loved it.
It was a fabulous show.
And
we did it together,
through the washing machine.
Yeah.
So that's after the washing machine. So yeah, really,
it was Monday
really
or Tuesday
cool.
last week. It was very early.
It was very early. I mean, I've no idea. Everything's merged into itself.
It'll all be
now.
on the schedule, so do check it out.
But I adored it. Such good fun. It was 7 a.m. or Molly said, and Molly knows.
Is that a Monday or Tuesday last week
Oracle.
because of the way that the shift pattern works?
I have no idea.
It was Tuesday.
I don't know what day it is today. I'm really.
So much.
Days have gone. Thursday.
Oh, it was Thursday, apparently.
No, it's Thursday today. Yeah.
Oh no, but it wasn't Thursday last week.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, everybody. We have no idea what's occurring.
Well, yeah,
so,
if you can email in and tell us what day it was.
help us. Okay, so look, now start building your scene. These are amazing stamps. It is in your one-day special. You will use this stamp a lot. It's good for building a full scene. I'm using it for the top. I'm bringing it in round the bottom as well. Because it is such a good stamp, you can use it for grasses growing up. You can use it for the things dangling down, which is rather marvellous. The way I'm stamping then, because I wanted... I was stamping off the page, so I used the other bit of the stamp to stamp off the page that side, so I had equal ink. If I'd have gone like that and then stamped the full thing, it'd have been half and half and it'd look rubbish. Because obviously now I've taken the ink off that, but not off that. So if I went on and stamped the full thing, then you'd see the gap in it, and I don't like that. That's the only, I'm not fussy with many things, but with that I'm fussy with. So starting building this one up. I'm not changing my stamp first of all, keeping this on. So first generation, move it for the second generation, and then you've got that beautiful sort of variation. Get rid of that one, start on the next one. Again, both of these come in that set, and they're both absolutely
you could use
fabulous.
that particular stamp as well. If you've got like an underwater scene as well,
Yeah, you
because it's
could.
kind of got a seaweedy look
Yeah.
about it, isn't it?
It's just such a good stamp, isn't it?
Nice one.
It's just a really, really versatile image, and use different colours, you know. It's one of those that, yeah, it works with so many other stamps that you'll have in your little old stash. And I like mixing up the colours with it, because again, it will work. You know, if you bring in different shades. And I wanted to do this because I want my focal image to really stand out, but the rest of it I can build up with different colours just to create that beautiful scene. But the black is the one that makes
nice,
those
yeah.
pop. And it's just layering this up, which I adore. Now I'm going to bring in some brown as well. Again, just, oh, I think this is my new one. Think new ink pads, how exciting. Now, oh Debbie, I've never tried that. What a fabulous idea. Debbie says, could I press my new one into the old one to just gently reduce my old ones? Debbie, genius. I've never tried that. That's a good idea. Oh, she's a teaching assistant, but she's got a day off, so she's enjoying the channel. Oh, it's lovely to have your company. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I bet it's been quite tricky at the moment, so thank you indeed, and I hope you're doing okay. I think teachers, it must be just so hard at the moment. There's so many professions. We're very lucky. We're very lucky.
Yeah.
Now, look at that. So, I've got that beauty. I mean, already it looks fabulous.
Gorgeous, yeah.
Isn't it easy?
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy to create something that looks gorgeous with these. So, next we've got, and again, I'm just going to carry on building up this scene because I like it. The little lanterns. I adore the lanterns.
Now, the little lanterns, these come in the one-day special as well.
They do, and they're just such nice stamps. So again, with these, I want these sort of coming into the main image. Now, don't worry about the top there. You know about that not being long enough. I want that to fall off my page, but don't worry about that because we can extend it. So I've had a couple of little lanterns there, and then use the slightly bigger one. And obviously you can start filling in. This is going to lend itself to glitters and, you know, your gloss gels and stuff like that. And then have that one about there. And maybe one more. No, oh, I want the smaller one. Oh, I'm fussy. You will get fussy. And why not one tiny one just there? So to extend those, just stamp the little chain there, and then just link them up. So it's nice because it's it links them, so you can't tell that they were too small, which looks good, doesn't it? That works. So bobbing that there like that, which is beautiful. When you start adding a little bit of colour to those, it works even better. So I will add a little bit of colour to those in a few moments' time. And then just to finish off is these. Now, these are obviously such good stamps for scene building, your thistles, and they're just such nice strong images as well. And of course, with something like this, you'll use them time and time and time again. So just taking my lovely thistles, and I am going to stamp these in black as well because I want this to be a forefront. What you can do though with these is do your shadow stamping. So take the brown like this and stamp them in the brown, and then I'll go over the top just gently with black. And I haven't put, when I'm stamping over the top with this one, I haven't completely covered my stamp with black. I've just done a little bit of black.
Okay,
so it'll give you a bit of shading, which looks really effective. So just do that again.
They've got quite tall stalks, these ones. So if you
Yes.
wanted to manipulate them, maybe kind of give them a little bit of a tilt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they do grow quite upright, don't they? But you might
Yes.
want to have them if they look as if they're blown in the wind or something like
Yeah.
that. You could bend the stalks a bit.
Absolutely, because that looks really quite effective, doesn't it? Yeah, you can get a real nice movement with these. And again with that one, and this, even though I missed a bit there, again, just touching it with the black, not completely covering it, lining it up, and all I'm doing is just, and I'm pretty much on there. So line it up, and to line it up, hover over the top of it, just popping your finger on the card, so your finger's sort of keeping the stamp off, but it allows you to see the stamp, and then pop, there you go. And
That
even
is
though
very
it doesn't look
effective,
good,
yeah.
it looks really, really
Is it that
effective. And I like that because it just gives you, it's quick and easy, but it does look really cool. Oh, I'm doing it on the stamp. I weren't meant to do that. I meant to stamp first and then redo it. That means I've got Distress Oxide on my black. And it's not as effective doing it on the actual stamp the first time round, because you are with that. Like that were a mistake. So what I did there, I loaded my brown on the stamp and then put the black on top of the brown.
Oh, so before you'd stamped it
Before I
off.
stamped it.
Right.
So it means your ink then just sort of, the black just sinks into the brown because the brown was so wet. It just sinks into it on the actual stamp. Whereas if I do it independently, the black is more, it's stronger. You know, you can see
kind
that
of
pop.
frostiness that we were talking about earlier. I mean, would you go in with like a glue pen and add your glitter, or could you do it with like say a sparkle embossing powder and a clear?
Oh yeah, the sparkling embossing
could you
powder
do a
look
similar
beautiful.
technique?
Yeah, definitely. I tell you what is good though. We had on the other day the Hero Arts white ink pad.
Oh,
that
right,
is
okay.
phenomenal. And actually, something like that would really, really work, you know, especially if you stamped them in black and then went over the top with
They
it.
would look nice and kind of like a very contemporary look, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Or even like a silver or something like that.
Yeah. And that's the kind of thing, it's the kind of thing that works on a darker cardstock as well. Like if you stamp these on blue, if you stamp them with blue and then go over it like with a little bit of white on a dark cardstock, say on a black cardstock, they'd look beautiful. Because that's what I did with the trees, stamped on black, and they just look so good. I will stop playing because now I'm just playing.
No, but now
aren't
that
I?
you've done it with the two-tone with the black on top, it really does make a difference.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
And I just think with these as well, because they're setting my scene. So you're bringing the sort of frame round the fairies. So these help create that beautiful frame.
It's like you're hidden away amongst all the thistles and the kind of all the hedgerow and everything, and seeing the little fairies.
And they're just dancing around and having a lovely time. And it's just, I think the black does work because it just gives you that extra sort of depth to your image. So just stamping that on like though. Pretty, isn't it? And I won't carry it, I will stop now. But then, the only way I'd finish this, I would put glitter on it, obvs. I did take out my glitter specifically. So they would be glittered, but I would add a little bit of colour. Okay. So just where the the lovely little lanterns are. Where did I put my colours? Where the little lanterns are, that's where I would bring my colour in.
Okay.
And I am very lucky because I've got my gorgeous pencils.
Oh, was this from the show the other day?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that was an amazing show.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so very lucky and having a lovely time. Honestly, I bring these out any occasion now. It's like, look what I've got. Terrible, isn't it? So, and oh yeah, my oil pastels. I love the oil pastels. I love everything. Oh yeah, it was such a good show. So with this now, what I'm doing now, one of the things you can do, because I'm painting over all of this, you can lift it out a bit first.
Oh,
so
okay,
if you put the water, because I've used Distress Oxide, put your water and you can obviously lift some of that out.
So even though it's dried, you can do that?
Yeah, it's still reactive. I mean, it's not completely lifting out, but it is still reactive. So it means you can drag that out slightly. So then when you go back over the top with your colour... Sorry, my nails is now running because I'm got
Just
me
don't use the same tissue.
Yeah, I'm not going to use the same tissue. I have a nice green yellow nose. Looking good for telly. Yeah, because it's reactive, it allows you to blend that colour away a bit. So then, when I go back on with my little pencil, it does mean I'll get that beautiful colour.
And it's lovely because it kind of gives it that haziness that you sometimes get when there's, you kind of like the heat around a light source that you kind of
because
adds
it's
that little
wet.
glow.
Because it's wet, I'm going to have to do it this way because I've wet the card and I'm not drying it. I'm being impatient. So you've got that exactly. And because it's got, I've taken the colour out a bit, it does look like that. It diffuses it, doesn't it? It gives it that really cool little... Look at that. So it gives it that cool little glow, which looks fabulous. Absolutely fab, doesn't it? And I'll do the same there. I'm not going to do them all because you know where I'm going with that. And then I put a little bit of red in there as well, obviously. So there'd be a little bit of red in there. And then all I would do is add a little bit of colour to those wings and then glitter, obviously. So a tiny bit of colour. And those, I mean, the fairies, everything works. Everything goes together, doesn't it? So that'd be like that. I'd use, on my lanterns, I'd use my 3D glaze. I'm not going to do it yet because I want to colour them in. That will give it a really nice 3D look and a really nice gloss. On the wings, I would, of course, use my good old stickles. And this would just be on
the product that never goes out of fashion.
Never goes out of fashion. I mean, it's such a good product. And there you go.
Lovely. Now, we've got around 10 minutes left.
Well, I better stop.
So, shall I do a quick recap? Is there something else you're going to show us in a
I've had a lovely time. Yeah, I can do some more stamping, but I will let you refresh and
I'll do a quick...
I'll just colour in, I'm not going to lie.
Speedy recap. So, details on your screen for the one-day special. Over half the stock has gone. Those fabulous lanterns that we've just seen Leonie working with, this is the set where they've come from. But obviously it's not just about the lanterns. You've got all those additional elements in there. You've got the fabulous little fairy that we saw, one half of the duet that Leonie was working with. The fabulous kind of tendrils that you've got there of your foliage, as you saw just how incredibly useful they were. I mean, just framing the whole of the card, beautiful. And then, of course, the gnome house. Now, we haven't seen the gnome house being used in this particular demonstration, but if you go back and watch the shows, you will see them because they are so cute and there's so much detail when they're stamped out. This is the thing. I mean, the stamps are incredibly detailed. When we show you them on the TV and you see them in the packaging, that is one thing. But look at the detail that you've got, the little tiny elements around the windows there, the decoration on the roofs, all of the different elements there, and, of course, fabulous little gnomes. And the gnomes can kind of be positioned wherever you want them to go. Absolutely beautiful. So if you fancy getting hold of this set, that is one of the main stamps that you've got in here. But of course, you've got a really fabulous selection of 9 stamps coming together for just £34.97. 703351. Wishing well, this has proved to be incredibly popular as well. rapidly approaching 3/4 of the stock has gone. Now this is something that's quite poignant because of course the stock that we're talking about that we've got we haven't got any extended delivery with anything. It is a case of if you want it and you like it, you need to be getting hold of these, especially when we're talking about vulnerable levels of stock, just like that one there. So £10.99. If you're wanting it, please get it into your basket now before we go back to Leonie. Yeah, and certainly before the end of the show. So pop that one in as well. Now your gnome door. I mean, this is lovely. You are going to get, is it the two together with this one? It is, isn't it? There we go. So you're going to get both of these together. Fabulous little gnome door and a gorgeous little fairy there. You can't have too many of the fairies because, of course, you're building up your scene, as Leonie showed us just a few moments ago. Again, £14.99, very, very affordable, and just a lovely design to work with. You'll have loads of fun with this one. I know many of you will be stamping this out and actually making that door open so you can perhaps look into a little gnome house. Half the stock has gone, 277-178 if you're wanting that one, £14.99. Again, it's one you'll use over again. Like the next one. Now this one is such a useful one. Rapidly approaching 60% of the stock of this one has gone. I love it. It's got that kind of fairy tale look about it, hasn't it? But again, you could use this with any of your stamps. If you've got your kind of botanical stamps as well in your collection, I think this one would work well. And of course, it's a fabulous one that you could actually use and mirror the image, obviously using things like your gel plates to get some lovely effects with these. So £14.99, 411 321. Now the thistles. What an amazing technique that Leonie showed us. Love that. Now rapidly, actually over 40% of the stock has gone. So again, first sight you might look at these and think, I don't know how to use these, but when Leonie shows you those techniques, that's what it's all about. And I love that double stamping over the top. Very clever idea. £9.99. I mean, how affordable are those? If you wanted those, 493-175. Now, your little bear family, and there happens to be 3. Is it baby bear? Is it mummy bear and daddy bear? I don't know. It's up to you to decide. But you're getting all 3 of those for £9.99, 131-572, rapidly approaching 60% of the stock. Love these kind of woodland characters. Maybe something a little bit different to the kind of woodland. We see squirrels and hedgehogs and things like that, don't we? But yeah, it's nice to see these ones. Perhaps it's because it's an American company. We're seeing more of these kind of wilderness animals. But you can see you've got your moose. Over 40% of the stock has gone of these. You've got 2 of them there, as you can see. 938-741 if you're wanting to get hold of those. But our fantasy stamps, of course, come back into play with our next little duo. We're talking dragons. A beautiful, majestic dragon, as you can see there, with Zakar? I don't know, you say tomato, I say tomato. Zakar. It's like the dove from above. Kimber as well. Another blast from the past, that one as well. And again, £15.99. Fantasy little characters, as you can see, that are very, very useful as well. But of course, Leonie was showing us that little duo flying through the air and just kind of building up your design. 30% of the stock has gone. Really pretty little designs with these ones. And again, so affordable. I mean, very usable stamps, good size stamps as well. 205 again, if you're wanting to get hold of those. There's absolutely loads, though, that Fairy Hugs have brought to us. Jump onto the website. You'll be able to find all the fabulous goodies there, including the bear trees, the tall one, the short one. You've got your birch trees there as well. Lots of detail. And, of course, that gorgeous little owl there. So, yeah, whichever of those you're wanting to add into your basket, then please do so, but be sure to check your baskets out because stock is becoming vulnerable on many of those designs. And of course we'll see more of these at 12 o'clock with the one day special show at midday. Oh, so what are you up to next?
Well, I haven't embossed anything, so I'm just going to do it really quick just to show you how gorgeous.
Okay.
I have to do the castle because I love this. It's such a nice stamp. Now I'm going to use the Fairy Hugs, the pigment ink. So it's a black pigment ink, and because it is a pigment, it does mean it might be, as you're checking your basket out, maybe. So because it's a pigment, obviously your embossing powder is going to stick to it beautifully. I'm just making sure I am using. I don't know what happened to that then. I am using my stamping platform this time because I want it to be a perfect image. I'm working on a background. This way me cleaning my stencil, and because I'm using that kind of the base, I wanted to make sure I'm using my stamping platform to get that perfect image. And I love using just backgrounds that I've started, you know, whether it be cleaning, whether it be just testing product or whatever. They work so well. I mean, that's gorgeous. I am going to put a little bit more on that side just to make sure because I want this to be perfect. And it's just nice light taps. If it over inked slightly there, but that's okay. So just popping that down, and let's get some
And it's
embossing.
so clever because those backgrounds, I mean, those backgrounds, they've not got a particular theme to them at all, but straight away, by putting that main stamp on there, it gives it, yeah.
I just, these work with all your backgrounds.
Yeah.
I just adore them for that. Now, I'm using my distress powders because obviously we had these on the Ranger short as well just the other day. They are the beautiful glazes. So they're a transparent powder so you can see under the powder. So it's just going to give you that beautiful glaze of colour, which means if you've got the black underneath, you've got a really rich colour. And I like that because it does, whatever colour you use underneath will affect, because it is a translucent, it's going to affect the result of the image, the colour that you're using. I mean, if you just used you know, just an embossing pad, a clear pad, then you just get that beautiful sort of the colour of the embossing powder. But with this one, we've got that rich black underneath. So you'll see as it dries, can you see? You get that black coming through, and you'll just get a hint of that blue. And I think that's, for something like this, I think that is so pretty.
Yeah.
Because it kind of, I wanted it to be strong, which is why I used the black. But having the blue coming over the top just gives it almost a two-tone look.
Yeah.
And I'll show you in the light. You might not be able to see the blue from your angle.
Yeah, the angle that we're at the moment just looks like it's kind of going back to the black. But that's that translucency. But like you say, when the light hits it at a certain angle, you get that kind of bluey haze.
And it looks really effective. I'll show you. There we go. So let me see if I can show you that. You'll be able to see it, I should imagine. There you go.
Oh, yes.
You can see the blue coming through. Isn't that effective?
That is clever.
Because it just almost gives it a two-tone look before you do anything. I love that stamp. That is such a good stamp. And because you've stamped... now, what I would do then is build up over the top of it. So because I've got that lovely stamp, because I've embossed it, and of course I'm going to run out of time, how much? 36 seconds, did you say? 25. Go over the top with your stamp, then wipe it off, and then you've created a gorgeous background. Boom.
There you go. Maybe something along the lines of that.
Yay, something like that.
Now, of course, don't forget Leonie and myself are going to be back with you at 12 o'clock with more from the One Day Special. But make sure you get hold of yours while you've got the opportunity, and check those baskets out with all those other goodies. Everything is getting so vulnerable. We will see you back here at 12. See you later. Ta-ra. Lovely. Now we've got fabulous Hour of Rich coming up. Before I introduce a brand new guest here, Jennifer from Asta and Anne. Looking forward to that one. And then All and Create. What's not to look forward to?
Hi, I'm Ali Reeve. I'm from the company Stamps Away. Stamps Away is a family-run company with my husband and I. We create all things crafty, especially with a passion for mixed media. At Stamps Away we create a lot of MDF products because we have laser cutters and router cutters. We also create our own stencils and masks. We try and make everything we can in-house so that you've got all the materials you need to create your projects. If you're watching a show with me on Hochanda, you'll expect to see lots of different techniques, lots of ways of using the products that we produce, and it's all very much mixed media, so pretty much anything goes. So I hope you won't miss the shows on Hochanda with Stamps Away.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for free using our app on Roku? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Roku streaming player or Roku TV accesses the Roku channel store to add new channels. By downloading the Hochanda channel, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Turn on your TV and connect your Roku device. Next, turn the power on and press the home button on your Roku remote. Scroll up or down to select settings. Select your network and select Setup Connection. Roku uses a wireless connection, so select your router name and add your password. This should be on the side or the bottom of your router. If this is the first time using Roku, then you'll need to set up an account on the device or by going to the Roku website. That's it. Now it's time to add the Hochanda app. Simply press the home button on the Roku remote. Scroll up or down using the arrows on your remote to select streaming channels. Then open the channel store. At the top of the channel store, you'll find a list of featured, new and popular categories to explore. Enter Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. Now simply select Add Channel. When you see the added channel screen, press OK and return to the home page. Now scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the star button on your remote. You can then use the arrow buttons to move Hochanda to the top of the screen for quick and easy access. And that's it. You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Paul Church from Clarity Stamp. I've been fortunate enough to turn my hobby into a career and joined Clarity Stamp in January 2016. My background has always been in crafting and I enjoy making things and sharing things. That's what crafting's all about for me, making things and sharing with others, and also learning all the time. At Clarity Stamp we bring you a wide range of products, from stamps, stencils, groovy and percamano. And the great thing about that is that it covers crafters from all different aspects. So whether you're into stamping, stenciling, parchment craft, we've got it covered at Clarity Stamp. So I hope you can tune in and join the Clarity team on Hochanda.
Hello, very good morning to you. Welcome to the first of 2 shows today with our fantastic rich products. Got lots of new products on the show, and I'm so glad she's come to our rescue. I mean, it's old hat now for her. It's the lovely Liz. Good morning, my darling.
Good morning, Fiona. You all right?
I am. You had your baptism of fire, you were telling me.
I did on Saturday,
and
yes.
now we've got a hooks into you and you can't leave.
I've literally not left since Saturday.
You haven't been home, have
not
you?
been home.
Well, I'm so glad you're here because
Thank
you brought us some fantastic products.
Yes,
These
yes. Yummy gorgeousness.
Gorgeousness. And we're going to work with them for this hour, obviously, and the next hour at 2 o'clock. So if you've got any questions about them, if I don't think of the right things to ask, then please let us know. I want to introduce you to the metallic paints, and Liz is going to, tell me about, well, basically, what do these go on, Liz? I mean, everything.
They'll go on everything.
Yeah.
Glass, MDF, paper, some of your moulds that you have, your frames.
Yeah, we're talking air dry clay.
Anything, yeah.
Do we need to prime? I mean...
No, they're a really, really solid colour. They're really lovely. And you can also mix them together as well to get some nice colour blends.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
fantastic.
and the shine on them is just exquisite.
And we've got some,
metallic in them is just beautiful, yeah.
Gorgeous. I know myself and my producer, we were astonished that we've got yellow. I mean, when you really have see metallic paint with the yellow.
It's lovely and it really pops. For the demo, I'm using it for one of the fairy houses and it just pops. It is like gold dust. It's lovely.
Oh, fantastic. Was it used on that one? Is it that one? Was that Goldie?
No, they've been
That's
used
it.
on
Let me show you.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm a bit obsessed with yellow. There are other colours.
Yeah.
We'll go through the colours, but look at that. I was thinking, oh my word, isn't that amazing? That is beautiful. That's using the metallic paste. But let's show you those metallic paints. Now, they come in sets of 4. Please don't ask me to remember the names. I'll probably only manage this once, and then after that, you know I'll be making it up. Okay? So, we've got the Aztec Gold. I know it says it there, folks, but you know what I'm like. We've got the Pearl, the Cream. Good so far. Bronze. That's your first set of 4. £15.96. Love the yellow. Blue. Walnut green. This is where you start to lose me, everybody. Rusty red. I think I'll remember that one. Rusty red. I love. That's my fave. Oh, yeah, down here. Antique green. Antique plum. This is good. I can read these. Puce. And what's this cheeky little one in the middle? Black. There we go, Fiona. We're on to a winner here, Liz. We're on a roll.
Excellent.
And then fuchsia, pistachio green, puce. I don't know. Why do they call purple puce? They like and turquoise. Why is it called puce? I always think of puce as being green. Am I totally?
That's just the colour.
It's just the puce. Well, I know. Yeah. Just shut up, Fiona, and just read it. Yeah. You can get any of those for 15. And they're big pots, aren't they? In all seriousness, they're big pots.
Such good value. Really are such good value because they go on and on and on. You need very little on your brush.
Fantastic. And like you said, you can mix and make your own colours. I mean, look at that. You've got your MDF. You've put that through a stencil there, some texture paste. Look at that for that bronze. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that's gorgeous.
They've done some lovely samples. The
Beautiful.
team, absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, I must say, name check. Oh, now I'd say that. Just Jill and Alison's there. And then this one with the yellow. Oh, who's this? This is Alison as well. The yellow's proven the most popular. Well done, you. Great choice, that. Champion choice, that, with your rusty red and your yellow in there. £15.96, 544 730. We've got another set as well, all in the pinks. This is a nice, easy one for me to remember. Variations of pink. Now, this is a set of 3. I'm not even going to ask the question why. Not sure there's an answer, but it's cheaper, obviously. So Dream Pink, these are all new, Sugar Pink and your pink. £11.96, 791 987. And I know Liz is going to be demonstrating with a lot of these. So basically, we're not sure what. Basically, it's probably easiest so we're not aware of a surface that doesn't go on in a day or two, basically. And we don't need to prime. It's brilliant.
Yeah, don't put them on your face.
Don't put them on. There we go. Don't put them on your face. She's full of great advice this morning, I tell you now. You should have heard the conversation we're having off air. Now, you know I love this. I was straight in there. And Liz furnished me with a palette from a safe distance. Everything was wiped down, folks, before you start. This is fantastic. Now, what can we do with our titanium paste? These top ones are new, aren't they?
Yeah, so much with them. So they're like a texture paste. They are luscious and creamy. The mica in them is just spectacular. So the actual... look at that. It's just beautiful, and it holds its shape. You feel that it doesn't drip off the palette knife. But you can water it down, put it in your little spritz bottles and use it as a spritz spray.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it really keeps that mica in it.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, and just water it down and use it as like a watercolour painter. You know, just really water it down, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Put it through stencils, you can heat it, put embossing powder on it, so...
Oh, wow.
It's a really versatile product, that.
Fantastic. Now, we've got the two new colour options and the relief paste there, so that is my... What was that? This latte and stone grey. I've got to indulge you, because this is... Ooh, chiba-coochie, look at that. Lovely. And the other new one... Champagne pearl. Got to whisper it. Oh, that one's not open. What a disappointment. That's pearl. We can see that. Did we open the champagne? I think we did. I went straight in there, didn't I? Ooh. I'm now cross-contaminating. Don't look, everybody. Oh, look at that. I love the idea of watering them down in your spritz bottles. I dreamt of thinking that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's just naughty goodness there and then, isn't it? That's just delicious.
It just looks so indulgent, doesn't it? It really does.
Oh, chimichurri,
but
get a load of that.
Such good value, because you get absolutely tons in that tub.
You do?
And it does last for a long, long, long time.
So that's your champagne and your pearl there. They're the 2 new options. But we have seen the other 3 before. There's no problem there, because they're fabulous. Antique turquoise and honey foam. Num, 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 num. Yum, 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 yum. Don't eat these, by the way. We're back to the puce again, everybody. We're back to the puce. Do they have kind of like a two-tone in them? Because that looks like it's got kind of got the gold in there.
Well, it'll be the mica as
Yeah.
well that's shimmering.
Ooh, lovely. And then water green and baroque beige. Ooh, isn't that lovely? Now, those we've seen before, but they're big tubs. Fantastic value, if you don't mind me saying so, for that price point of £12.98. Top tier of your new ones, 106802. Brilliant. Now, I don't know if you've seen them in this size or configuration, but again, new today, we have got the crackle varnish and the crackle medium. Tell me about these then, Liz.
Yeah, they're a really lovely product to use to create all sorts of different textures. So you can put it straight onto your surface and then put your paint over it, and it creates an immediate crack. But you can also use it with some of your foiling, your gold foil in between the cracks that it makes. But it just adds really lovely texture. And then adding the varnish as well creates another step to it. Yeah.
So you can use them independently or together.
Yeah. I mean, just have a play with them as well. I am going to try and have a demonstration with those this afternoon. Yeah,
Great, the 2 o'clock show.
Yeah.
Fantastic. £11.98, big tubs as well, I'm sure you agree. 902241. We've got, again, our gorgeous glitter paints now as well. What if any of these are open? Oh, yeah, look at that. Tell me about these then, Liz.
Yeah,
I've never seen them before.
Similar to the titanium paste, you can use them as a paint. So.
Ooh.
You can paint directly onto your surface with them. It keeps that really nice sparkle to it, and it has lots of the little flakes in for your glitter.
So there's a nice sort of, oh sorry, that was not open, nice distribution of those.
Yeah.
So we'll see the glitter rather than it all being a paste and there's one speck.
Yeah, no, it does shine. We did quite a few baubles for the Christmas show using that through stencils as well, so you can still use it because it's got quite a nice texture.
That's what I remember about these.
Yes.
You get a good volume of the glitter in there.
Yes.
Because sometimes those glittery pastes, it's just all paste, not much glitter,
It's a little bit wishy-washy, yeah, but I think with all of the rich products,
they're intense.
It's really intense, and the colour really keeps to true, really. From
Absolutely, it is as you see on the bottle. It's like nail varnish, isn't it? Sometimes they're disappointing when there's no glitter on your nails, but these, I remember, it comes out as you see. So we've got 3 different choices there. You've got the red, the pink, and that lovely green. You've got turquoise, fuchsia and black. And you've got your gold, silver and your bronze there. It's £11.97, 892 238. Now, I know you're going to concentrate on your concrete paste this afternoon. Concrete effect. I love this because I've seen Catherine use something similar. It's great. Tell me about this, Liz.
Yeah, so you can use it on anything, basically, to create that
cement
effect, that clay cement effect. And you can keep it as that stone look, or you can paint it up with your acrylic, so with the metallic paints that we've got.
Beautiful.
But you can use anything from nature as well. So I know Jo's done some leaves in the past, and she's made a little bowl out of leaves.
Yes, I've seen that.
So it dries really nice.
The plastic terracotta pots. If you were going to put it outside, you'd need to use a varnish.
A really good varnish, an outdoor varnish. Yeah, something like a yacht varnish, something that will, stand the test of time. Yeah.
But if you're just trying to zhuzh up a
I would use it for home decor. Yeah, put a few nice leaves from outside on a picture frame. It would just look lovely.
So good. And is that using the tile rice papers there? Looks like it, doesn't it? Alison.
It is.
Got those
Very
coming
lovely,
up?
Alison. Yep, beautiful.
069835, and we're getting 2 big tubs there of that cement paste there. 069835. Now we've got some gorgeous double-sided 12 by 12 papers here. This one is called Poems, and I love the fact, don't forget, you can always use the front, can't you, as well? You can use this. I saw this on the sample earlier.
You just use the little swatches and cut those down.
Use those,
use them on tags.
Beautiful quality. I tell you what, they're thick quality. We haven't got the GSM on this, have we? Fabulous, isn't it? These are beautiful. Double-sided, and you're getting 10 of them.
Beautiful
Gorgeous.
vintage effects, that. And
Isn't
you can
it?
just cut them down into smaller sections, so don't waste anything.
Oh, I like that, the tags and the frames there. Yeah, you can use every aspect there. Love that with the feather and the script there as well. Oh, that's the one we saw on the sample, wasn't it? I'll look at that, it's on the counter there. Beautiful. They're £9.99. You get 10. They're double-sided, 646781. Oh, nice. Let's see the circular ones. You don't see that very often,
No,
Liz.
they're beautiful.
Are
They're
they
beautiful for a little home decor project. A little trio of those hanging down. Beautiful.
Beautiful. 646 781. Right, I mentioned the rice papers. I know there's some lovely samples here. We'll get to those, but these are fabulous. 4 different options. I've got to show you these because these are gorgeous, and I want to see because every single rice paper is different, and it's on this lovely bottle as well that Liz used. So here's one. This one's called the Scene. I love this lady. Isn't she fabulous?
She is very Italian because it's
very Claudia Cardinale.
It just feels like a really European.
Sophia Loren. Or fabulous, very up to date as well. Love this. And then we go sort of ethereal, magical. And I love these smaller headshots. Gorgeous. £9.99 for that one. See. Then we've got the vintage old photos, this is called. So these are beautiful as well. Absolutely delicious. Oh, this is like 1920s movies, isn't it? It's like a Chaplin movie. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? Look at these ladies. Look at the jewellery. Isn't that fantastic? Stunning. Oh, I love these.
You can really bling that jewellery up, though, with your little drops of metallic paint, so it looks like you've got your jewels sparkling on that.
That's a fantastic idea. Love that. Then we've got the tiles. So this is what we just saw on that lovely sample. Isn't that? I love that first sheet there. These are beautiful. Don't often see, because you can just use elements of, can't you, Liz?
Yeah, it's just lovely, like real proper Moroccan mosaic almost, and you know, Turkish from the company. Yeah,
beautiful. And last but not least, vintage flowers. This is what I have to show you. So you're getting 5 in each of those. And they're beautiful quality, aren't they, Liz?
Yeah.
Really lovely quality. So there we go, our vintage flowers. Beautiful. Right, let's get through those. You can see them all. Absolutely gorgeous. I know we're spoilt for choice. There's that much gorgeousness on the counter. It's just a counter of gorgeousness. 999-040-738. Shop ahead on the web. There's all your rich products. All the brand new metallic paints there as well. There's brand new set of pinks. You've got your brand new titanium paste there as well. Those new colours. They are gorgeous. Got all the rice papers and the cement paste as well. So shop ahead on the web for anything we've missed out or you want to just recap on and enjoy. We do have another set of rice papers, unfortunately I didn't have on the desk here, and this is called the Tails collection. So we'll have a closer look there. We've got the owl, we've got the bunnies, we've got the foxes, sort of almost looks like Ophelia there. And then, a tree made out of, fairy tree house. Yeah, that fits in with our one day special, lovely.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic. Right, Liz, take it away.
Okay, so I'm actually going to use the fairy tree house paper for my first demonstration. So I'm just going to do a little ensemblage for this. So what I've got is a couple of MDF circles, and I've already cut down my scrapbook paper. So on one of the pieces, it's got a really lovely frame effect there in the middle. So I'm just going to glue that directly onto my MDF piece with a little bit of my glue. And I was telling Fiona, because I've been on takeaway all week in my hotel room, I've been getting little sneaky pots of sauces that may or may not come with churros. I'm just not saying anything. So I've used
similar pots before, so yes. I thought it was a great use of upcycling there.
Yeah, and I didn't know how many pots I needed, so of course I had to just order some more last night.
Yes, I know. You took one for the team there, Liz.
I did. So they were very tasty. So I'm just gluing that on, and I'm going to line that up. I've already got holes in my MDF piece, but I'm actually going to put some more holes in it once I have finished the piece. Some of them have got really lovely script as well, because it's the poetry collection with that scrapbook paper. So that's all I'm going to do with that one. So with my other little circle, I've already primed it with some white gesso, which is just a base coat. Just because with rice paper, the danger is it'll take the colour from the surface underneath, you see, and I don't want my fairy house to be too dull. Yeah. So I've already primed it with some white, and then just with a little paintbrush, I'm just going to paint round the...
Now you're on the design team, aren't you?
I am for that. Yes, I am for That's Crafty with the other girls. Yeah, so with Alison and Patty that did the bottle, and Jill.
Yeah.
So we've got really fabulous teams, and I apologise if I've missed anybody out from today.
So we've got you now in front of the camera. That's it. Now.
I know. I've really enjoyed it, though. I must say.
Good. Yeah, that's lovely.
So I'm just now carefully tearing round where I've put that water, because I want a really sort of nice feathery effect.
Yeah.
rather than a sharp edge with it. But it's beautiful. It's just beautiful paper. So to stick it down, again, I'm just going in with my, it's just a PVA glue.
Yeah,
just for
that's
that.
what you use, right, okay.
Yeah, just a plain old PVA. There's, whatever you use really. And I tend to water mine down a little bit as well, just so it's not as gloopy.
Okay, yeah.
So all I've done, a little bit of PVA. I'm not pressing on hard, I just want to get that stuck down. So that's now stuck, and I'm going to go in with some of my turquoise for the sky. So this is the metallic paint.
In my favourite set with the yellow, the walnut green and the rusty red.
So I always just try and go in through the lid to start with, so I'm not wasting anything at all.
Yeah, you said you only needed a small amount.
You do, you don't need very much at all. So I'm going to get...
Not to steal your thunder, but you've used it on your ribbon, haven't you?
I have. So I've spritzed it, and I'll demonstrate that in a little bit. So I've just got some plain white ribbon.
Yeah.
Spritzed it down with a little bit of water and dried it with my heat gun, and I've also used a little bit of the titanium paste. And this ribbon, it goes quite crunchy, so it keeps a really lovely texture.
Yeah.
So I've used it for the handle on that one. So it just means you can match everything that you've got
in your project.
In your project,
bit of lace or anything. Yeah.
So all I'm doing, I'm just going to create a little bit of a sky background really quickly around my little fairy tree. I just love that fairy tree. But all of the rice papers are just beautiful. I have got a little stash of them from being on the design team.
Yeah.
And I don't always like using them.
That's the trouble, isn't it?
I know, because they're just so beautiful. But it's like any papers, I just have to smell them first and just have a little bit of a stroke, and then I'm all right. So that's my sky, and then I'm going to come in with one of these greens. Now these greens are just yummy. So there's a pistachio, which is lovely, and I've also got the walnut green. So I'm going to come in with the pistachio. I just like the names of them as well. Very exotic feeling names, aren't they? So there we go. Because I know it's been snowing and I know it's been raining and miserable, but with a little fairy house you can perk yourself up in no time. So really quickly I've created a little bit of a scene there, and I'm just going to dab a little bit of the green on the tree as well at the top.
And they're from the rice papers, which I didn't have on the tails,
wasn't it?
I didn't have them on the desk, because what I'm trying to say desperately with the wrong teeth in.
So now I'm going to come in with your favourite colour.
Yellow. Well, notice it's my yellow
now. It is your yellow, yep. I might actually give you one of the tubs with it in, Fiona, and take it home and play with it.
Yes, please. I can think of something to paint straight away to cheer me up. Thank you very much.
So just with a small paintbrush, I'm just painting in the windows. So it looks like the home. All my little fairies, they're at home. They're all tucked in, having a lie-in, watching the show.
We were saying how lovely that would ties in your fairy tales there with the One Day Special, the Fairy Hugs collections of stamps as well.
There we go. And I'm not going to miss out on the pinks there because they're just lush. So all I'm going to do with this, the back of my paintbrush, just going to dot in just some little buds of little blossoms.
Beautiful. And we've got those new pink colours on the show.
And they're just delicious.
Yeah.
If I've got time, I do a lot of folk art painting, and it's really important the type of texture paint that you use for folk art painting.
Is it really?
Because it needs to keep its shape and keep that consistency. Too runny, and you don't get the same effects when you're painting your flowers and that.
Ooh.
So these are just my new favourites now. So hopefully I'll be able to do a little some roses with some of the pinks.
Beautiful.
And with the metallic paint, it just really lifts it. Okay, so that's it for my metallic paints. But now what I want to use is that lovely, lovely pearl.
Oh, fantastic titanium paste.
It's just yummy.
The pearl with it's like a champagne colour, isn't it?
I keep getting done because I keep getting paint on the counter. I get told off. Okay, so with an old paintbrush, I'm just going to get some, and with this, I'm going to create like a cloud effect. And it's like meringue.
Fluffy meringue peaks.
It feels, yeah, it's like, you know, when you've done your egg whites, that's what the texture feels like with this. And with it being the pearl, the colour of it just looks like meringue.
And how long would you leave that to dry?
It doesn't take very long at all. You can heat it with a heat gun, you can give it a right good blast, and it takes a few seconds to dry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so really quick projects, because I'm not one for hanging around with projects, me. I like one to, you know, see the results. Yeah, I'm not messing about. I want to go on to the next one, really. So that's my little fairy scene there. And I can just blend those pink colours there, just to create like a really lovely meadow effect.
It looks like dandelion clocks floating away.
It's just beautiful, isn't it? It's just beautiful. Okay, so I've got my other tag here. And with that rice paper, that fairy tale, the tails one, like a fairy tale, it comes with that little one as well, the matching one. It's just delightful. And with this, you get 4 of them. So you can double up on your projects with this. So there's the 1 large image.
And then the smaller.
And then there's 2 medium, and then the 4 small ones. So
that's just one of the 5 sheets,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. So absolutely packed with stuff that you can use.
Have a little look at that collection, because we've got the beautiful vintage flowers, the gorgeous tiles, the old photos, and my favourite, the scenes, which is the faces, the ladies' faces. They're just beautiful.
Yeah, and with rice paper, with the glue that you can use them on bags.
Really?
So you can so you can paste them on a bag and make a nice bag out of it, especially with the bigger sizes.
It's on a tote or something.
Yeah. So that it really lifts. An old canvas bag or something. Yeah. And then obviously you'd need to use like a waterproof varnish and that over the top of it. So I'll put my little fairy house. See, I'm contaminating my glue, but that's all right. So I've got my little fairy house there. Again, I'm going to come in with matte turquoise really quickly. People are screaming, wash your brush out, Liz, you dirty madam.
Now, just remind everybody, because in case you just joined us, these are brand new metallic paints in sets of 4, and they go on everything, don't they, as we were saying?
They go on everything.
Tell me again, remind me again. Forgive me for this.
Paper, MDF, your frames,
material.
Metals, tin cans, glass jars.
Now,
absolute anything. Just not your face. That's
just
what we said.
Your face.
Just not your face. Yeah. Yeah,
you were decorating baubles, weren't you? And
yes,
instead of fabric, just do the seals. If you're gonna...
just beautiful. And I say
don't need to prime
because that's just straight on, and it goes on forever. So I've only had a tiny bit on my brush there, and I'm going to have to wipe some of it back off because there's so much left. Then I'm going to come back in just with that lovely titanium paste.
Pearl again, and they come in sets of 2.
So lovely.
The lovely titanium pastes. Beautiful.
It's so lovely.
It's lush.
Okay, and then I've just got a little tag here. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop a little bit of the blue on my glass mat. A little bit of the blue there, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of that pearl. Just to create another...
So we can put that through our stencils, we can put this straight on as you did with your MDF. How else would you use them, Liz?
The titanium paste.
Yeah, we said spritz it, didn't we?
Spritz it, yeah. So put some in the bottom of one of your little spritzy jars.
Just what you did on your ribbon.
Yeah, just water it down and...
spritz your material,
just spritz your material, yeah. But it's just nice because it's got that lovely mica in it. So as you can see there, I've created a different blue now. We're mixing it with that pearl. It's created a really nice pale blue, so they can mix together with the paints that you've got as well.
It
to create some
lovely
extra lusciousness, but always try and write down when you've mixed colours, because unless you're like me and you just play and then you forget what you've done and you can never recreate what you've done. So I always say have a little notebook by the side of you so that you can remember what you've done. So just give that, that's dry already. That's how quickly it dries.
Gosh, that really
that's dried already. So I'm just going to put my little greeting, fairy wishes.
The pearl and the titanium and the champagne is proving very popular. Nearly 20% gone. And in fact, I can see that the champagne's been stenciled through on this lovely sample, and the pearl's been used in the background. You get that lovely sheen. You've got beautiful writing, Liz. That lovely sheen on the surface. So this is using the titanium paste there. That's the champagne. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. Got lovely writing.
I get my dad. I've got it off my dad. My writing.
Did you?
Yeah, my dad's very proud of his writing. Yeah.
Oh, stunning.
Yeah.
You are a designer, so.
I just like writing. So I'm actually going to go through a stencil just to show you how lovely it is to go through a stencil.
Lovely.
So thank you, Lou, for the lend of the stencil.
That's all we're going to say.
That's all we're going to say about that.
We know nothing.
We don't know anything about Secret Cupboard.
And you can't torture me, I won't spill the beans.
No, that's fine. So I'm just going to go through. Look at that loveliness.
Which one are you using there?
This one is the latte.
The latte.
The latte.
And the new one with the silvery metallic stone.
I wish my latte looked like that from the coffee shop, but it doesn't.
Ooh, that's lush.
It is, and
it's got cafe creme cream. It's coffee coloured in there, isn't it?
Just lovely.
Oh, yeah.
And it is quite textured as well. So with that mica, it doesn't look flat.
No,
if you see what I mean.
Definitely see the rays. That's what I was just looking at.
You can actually go on and off with your palette knife to create another element of texture as well if you wanted to. So I'll just finish that off there. And then whip my stencil off.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I will clean it, Lou, I promise.
But you will put it back?
I will put it back, maybe. So if you can see that, and the...
Oh, that sheen.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, amazing.
And it's a really nice stencil, that, so I'll have to ask Lou where she got it from, because I like it with that fairy house. OK, so I'm just going to attach all my little elements now. So I've just got some heavy matte gel, just to stick that down over my little forest there, and that will dry clear, and then my little tag can go on. So I've just put a little bit of glue just to the left hand side of that, because it's going to be hanging off the edge like that. And then all I would do is just punch a couple of holes in the top and thread my ribbon through. So I've got my big dobby hole punch there.
And as you said earlier, Liz, that you've matched your ribbon with your project because you've spritzed it with your titanium paste.
I've spritzed it, with the metallic paint, with that turquoise metallic paint to match. And then I've also added some of the titanium paste to it as well, just to add a bit of texture.
Lovely.
And then that will just thread through.
Is it okay if I have a quick recap, Liz?
Absolutely, yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, no, that's fine, and
Lovely.
I can get ready for the next demo. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Gorgeous. So this is using the lovely papers, and this is using also that cafe creme paste there as well. Brand new today, these metallic paints that Liz has been talking about. So let's take you through the options. My favourite is our yellow, our turquoise walnut green, and the rusty red. And they're big tubs. You don't need to prime, as Liz was saying. So many different surfaces it goes on. 20% of that one has gone for £15.96, 544730. Then we've got all the rich jewel, bronze, gold, pearl and cream. That cream would be very useful, or the pearl, to mix up and make those lighter colours as well. Another option we've got here is your lilac, your black, your green and your plum. Beautiful. And these are all new. And then you've got your fuchsia, pistachio, puce and your turquoise there. Get a set of 4 there, 544730, and that you can just see that metallic sheen, and that's using the concrete paste and also the rich metallic stone, yeah, isn't that lovely? Anyway, let's move on to our pinks. We've got the lovely pinks as well that Liz was using. These are a set in 3, so these are $11.97. Brand new today. Beautiful sugar pink, dream pink, and pinky, pinky, pink, pink, pink. 791987. Brand new titanium paste. Oh, just get in there. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? You saw me having a good old stir. I'm getting in there again. So these are the brand new ones. Ooh, this is the one Liz was using. Is this the not the coffee, the cafe latte? Ooh, chimicucci. Let's have a stir, everybody. Let's get in there. It's fantastic. Look at all that mica. Just beautiful. It's got a consistency of a, yeah, really thick double cream or yogurt or, ooh, extra thick. Ooh. Just look at the noises. Sorry, everybody. It's just so deliciously beautiful. I can't help myself. And there's so many different uses. I love the idea of spritzing it with on material and old lace. Anyway, those are those 2 colours, and there's that lovely, it's never stone grey. I mean, it's a lovely shiny pewter. Love, love, love that. Then, oh, there she goes again. Pearl that Liz mixed up with, and your champagne. Ooh, look at that. I mean, that's solid, isn't it? It's like Mary Berry and her meringues, isn't it, when she does that meringue thing. Yeah, anyway, too much of that, Fiona, could turn sour. They're the new ones, very popular, that choice, that one, yeah, most popular so far. Then we've still got our regulars, which are equally as beautiful, in case you haven't seen them. We've got our lovely turquoise and honey foam. Oh, my word, just deliciously beautiful, folks. Is it open? Is the turquoise open? I think I had a... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that, yeah. Gorgeous, isn't it? Love that, so rich. Oof, mouth-watering. Don't be eating it, though, obviously. Then we have got our puce and, oh, look at that gold, that shimmering gold. Beautiful. And then we've got our water green and Baroque beige. Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely. 1298 106 802. New configuration, new sizes. So I've not seen these before. You can use them separately or independently. Crackle varnish and our crackle medium. Big tub. So obviously your varnish gives you that lovely sheen and that shine, that finish and that sealant. And then you've got that crackle. I know Liz is going to concentrate on this in the 2 o'clock show. £11.98 902 241. The 2 o'clock show. What did I say? 9 o'clock show? 11? Poor woman, she's never able to go. Someone's saying it till 11, Fiona. We've got the glitter pots. Now, I have seen these, and we were just discussing the fact that you get a really, you know, glitter to the max. It's not all about translucent paste. You really see the glitter content as you see in the bottle. What you see is what you get. So we've got the silver, gold and bronze choice, turquoise, pink and your black, or the gorgeous teal there, fuchsia, and a rich red there. So pots of 3 there, 11.97, 892 238. I want to mention Mr. Cement paste. My pots are slightly bigger than what you're going to get. You're going to get 2 that are 160. This is that's still big. Mine are 250. So I'm sorry about that. I don't wish to lead you up the garden path there. This is the proper. It's like, yeah. So you'll end up with 320 basically, which is like 1 and a bit of one of these. But there you go. Just to confuse us. 069835. That concrete paste. Yeah, and I know Catherine loves this as well. It's just brilliant. £9.99. Great on plastic